the show where there are no happy endings. And today we're going to be doing a kind of late Halloween one shot. Uh, this is using a system made by Grant Howitt, which, if you don't know who Grant Howitt is, what have you been doing with your life? Uh, it's made by Grant Howitt, and it is called We That Remain. I've modified it just a tiny bit so that we can use it for this game, but if you want to look it up, just look up We That Remain. And if you want to follow along with us in another way, just wait for the rules explanation. Here I am joined with my sister Lucy. Why don't you introduce yourself? Uh, and then Christian and Indy, all doing our spooky best, our level spooky best. Uh, yeah. So without further ado, I guess let's get into it. We That Remain is a one-page RPG where all you need to play is some friends, who I have, and a deck of cards, which, since we can't meet up, we're going to be using an online one, which has the added bonus of we're able to stream it.
Y'all can see it right there.
Yeah. Deck of cards. Thank you to deckofcards.com, I suppose.
And also thank you to Tabletop Audio for the soundtrack tonight. As with most of our games.
So it's a really cool system. We'll go over the rules as they come up, but essentially instead of the general dice rolling or anything like that, you instead draw a deck of cards from deck of cards, and the higher your number, the better your skill check is, which is good for you, but it means that the more dangerous stuff you're doing, the more the deck runs out. And when the deck runs out, it's game over and there's nothing else you can do, and you and anyone else alive meets some horrible end if they have not gotten out of whatever horrible situation I have devised. So obviously cheery, and the other thing that they have to be concerned with is obviously failing those skill checks. Luckily, when they fail those skill checks, they have some options. At the beginning of the game, everybody gets 5 cards, which they then divide into edges and secrets. And when they fail a skill check using the same suit as one of their edges, they then get to use that edge as their new roll. But once they've used that edge, it is expended and they can't use it again until they use a secret. A secret has 3 effects. First, you get to add the secret's value to whatever card you drew. So let's say you drew a 6 and you need an 8, and you have a secret that's a 2. You can use that secret to bring your 6 up to an 8. Second, it resets all of your edges. So your edges are reset, good for you, you can use them again. Third, and this is the big one, you start this game without really any character. All you have is a name. But as you play, when you use a secret, it's entitled properly because a secret about your character then gets revealed to the rest of the group, with the player to your left coming up with what the secret is. For example, you have a drug addiction, and the person to your right coming up with an and or but. So you have a drug addiction, but you don't have access to those drugs in whatever dark, terrible place you're in. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, it's okay. It's a bit complicated until you start playing, at which point it simplifies pretty quickly.
Should we very quickly go around to introduce ourselves and our characters?
Yes. Give a quick blurb about your basic character. Who are you?
Alright, I'll go first. I'm Lucy. I'm here a lot. I'm playing Lorelei Dupont, who is working for the Smithsonian, the Natural History Museum. That's why she is on this archaeological dig in Brazil?
Yes.
Yes, in Brazil. She is from an old money family in Louisiana.
And Man in the Shadows, Christian. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm playing Robbie Vendici out of Italy. He's just out of college. He graduated with a degree to go into archaeology, but has little to no experience. He's a relatively athletic character, but I mean, just out of college, not experienced at all.
Okay, and lastly, Indy, Miss Underlight.
All right. I'm Indy, and I will be playing Zara Burns. And she is an older woman who is from Scotland. And she's been interested in archaeology her whole life. And she's worked on multiple digs before this one, kind of knows her way around. And she walks with a knobbly old cane due to an injury a while back.
I'm sure that will go very well for her. These three characters are at an archaeological dig in Brazil, which will obviously go well for them. So there are many Native American or North and South American civilizations that have made their home in the Amazon. But what made this one so special and what made it so difficult to find was the fact that it, like few other civilizations, was not centered around a river. And this civilization was relatively small. From what they can tell, it was barely a gathering. And the early predictions are that it was wiped out by a larger civilization. Most likely the Incans. Wait, no. That's not what they're called. The Olmecs. That's what I'm looking for. Most likely the Olmecs. And you guys are flying over to your destination. This is not just discovered, but most of it has remained untouched because they were waiting for professionals. The early team needed some specialists to confirm what they'd found and do some more in-depth analysis. You guys are flying over to a makeshift camp where they have cleared out an area for a helicopter to land. Bit of deforesting, but they're doing it in the name of history. And what you see is this incredibly beautiful area before you. As far as the eye can see, it is this incredible, lush, dense forest. You can see some little snakes of water working their way through the landscape, and honestly, there's not much more to say other than the fact that it's astounding, and as you can see these hills and valleys just covered in trees, it gives you this incredible sense of adventure, just the idea of the unknown that lies within. And as you land, you talk to a woman who walks up and introduces herself as Professor Walker. I don't know why my voice did that. Professor Walker walks up and says, Miss Dupont, I've been waiting for you. Please come down.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you, Professor.
Well, honestly, it's an honor to meet you. I don't really know what to say except what we found. It's incredible.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, I've just been bursting with excitement the whole way here.
As you should. When they told me they had found this place, I couldn't believe it. Oh, and Robbie, you're coming down, yes?
Oh, hello there.
You just graduated, right? This is quite the first project.
Yes, it is. I don't know quite what to expect here.
Well, we've talked to some of your teachers. I know Professor Hannigan myself. We've gotten some incredible. He said a lot of good things about you, so I'm excited to have you on board. And Indy, what was your character's name again?
Zara.
Zara. Yes, thank you. Zara, do you need some help getting down?
No thanks, Lassie. I got it. And
Fair enough.
I'm gonna nobble on down that little. I'm gonna nobble on off the little plane.
So, you make your way down, and Professor Walker kind of takes you around. She goes by Walker, doesn't like her first name. She goes around and kind of shows you around camp where they've got some officials from Brazil to kind of watch over this project. Nothing crazy, just to like make sure everything's first done well and like preserved well, and to make sure everyone knows this is a Brazilian project. Um, Pretty standard. They've got some people there that are familiar with the area. They've got an entire tent filled with food rations because they don't, they can't constantly make supply runs. Which you had some supplies in the helicopter you brought with you, which is actually one of the reasons it's here. It seems like honestly most of the people are not academics. There are academics around, but it seems like most of the people are, like I said, public officials or people familiar with the area. But from what you can see, not far away, like within a 10 minutes walk, you can see the beginnings of these stone carvings around the outskirts of what you assume would be the town. And as Professor Walker shows them to you, there's something very striking about them. Because it's these weathered and overgrown pedestals. And on top of them are these kind of stone vases. The Olmecs were famous for their gods, specifically the serpent god. But something about it, the carving on this stone vase, makes you think it couldn't possibly be a serpent. Because while in other Olmec works, serpents were long and flowing and incredible, just beautiful creatures, whatever is carved on here, the only word that comes to mind is spindly.
Now, Walker, what exactly is this? Do we know?
Yes, so from what we can tell, the civilization we're looking at wasn't the Olmecs, but it seems they were heavily influenced by them. As you can see from this work, it seems like they've taken a lot of inspiration from the Olmecs' views on the gods.
But there aren't a wealth of ancient civilizations in this particular area, are there?
No. It's actually quite a long way for the Olmecs to travel, especially because we haven't actually found a lot of we haven't found a lot of evidence of them actually settling in the area, hence why this town is so small, hence why it has remained hidden from us for so long. But we're hoping that this can help show us some sort of exploratory spirit for the Olmecs. I mean, wouldn't an exceptional thing that would be
So this
early
might
American
be something
civilizations
entirely
making
new,
voyages?
is what you're saying.
It could very well be, yes.
Right. I want to take a picture of the little sigil.
All right. You take a picture.
So, have we seen this particular sigil popping up more than once? Because I'm afraid I don't recognize it.
We've seen similar ones, but this is the only one we've really seen. This is the only one we've seen that's exactly like this.
Doesn't look much like the other carvings of serpents that I've seen.
Yes, from what we can tell, it wasn't very well integrated into the culture yet.
It's interesting.
Suspicious.
Right. So these are some kind of entry gates?
Sort of. They have larger gates within, but this seems to be maybe some sort of warning, maybe some sort of message. We're not entirely sure.
A warning?
A warning to that there are people nearby and to not come in, or maybe a way to kind of mark territory to be able to get back if you find it. Honestly, the fact that it's so far outside the city, it's odd, isn't it?
Exactly how far from the main part of the city is this here gate?
Oh, an hour and a half walk. We couldn't settle too nearby because of the helicopter.
That is quite far.
Yeah, it is.
Weird.
We have found others like this around the general area. It took a while, and we don't think we found all of them. But we have some pictures if you'd like to see.
I would. How tall are these particular pillars?
These pillars are fairly short. The pillar itself is about 3.5 feet tall, and then the actual sort of vase structure on it seems to be another maybe foot.
Is it all stone? What's the vase made out of?
So it is all stone. The vase is carved into the pedestal. It seems to have some sort of substance sort of coating the inside of it.
I guess I grab something to stand on or something and I peer into it. Give a little sniff. Now what exactly is this?
It's odd, isn't it? From what we can tell, this is some sort of preservation device to preserve the integrity of this vase, but I mean, that would imply that it was meant to hold something, but
Well,
I mean, what could it be holding an hour and a half away?
Yeah, what? Do we know
Yeah,
what this is?
That's part of the reason we brought you in. We're not entirely sure, but oh my gosh, it's just so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's so much we don't know.
we get a
Do we
sample
have
of
a team
this.
to analyze this? Sorry.
We could get a sample. We were waiting for you to do some checks, some sketches, stuff like that, and then we can send it over. It'll take a couple days, but
For the record, I'm just taking pictures. Just taking pictures as we go.
all right. Do you have a phone or a camcorder?
I would assume I have a phone and a special, designated
Alright.
camera.
You should know you're in the middle of the jungle. Your phone's not getting any service.
Yeah, that's fair, but it still takes photos.
It does still take photos, and it does still have a flashlight and all that.
So I have my phone and a special camera for the dig that I brought.
Anything else you guys would like to do?
Real quick, Professor Walker. How far away is the next gate? Are they all equidistant from the city?
Not quite equidistant, but there is one another 20 minutes more towards that direction. I can show you if you'd like.
Have you guys found,
We've
even if
also
they're
got
not,
some pictures.
even if they're not equidistant, have you guys found any kind of pattern?
A pattern. They're carved pretty much the same way, and it looks like the stones were brought to the spots. So far, we have found 6. We don't know if there are any more. They
Are
seem
they-
to be.
Are they
So
all the
far
same
we-
distance from each other?
No, they're not the same distance from each other. They're not the same distance from the city, but they are the same. They are making an approximate circle at about the correct radius.
Have we done an aerial sweep of the area with any imaging devices?
We can't really. The jungle's pretty dense. We can't do a lot of searching. A lot of it has to be done by foot, by hand and by foot.
And they all have these same vases with this same substance.
From what we can tell, though, the sigils on them aren't the same.
Hmm. Right, I'd like to see the main part of the city, if possible.
It's getting kind of late. We will head there first thing tomorrow.
Alright.
Have you sent anybody on a sort of a scouting run around the city to look for any more of these gates?
Well, we found this area not too long ago, and we found these vases maybe a week and a half ago. We've sent some people out, but we haven't covered the entire radius of the city.
Can I ask?
Starting tomorrow, I think that needs to get finished.
Yes?
Who found the site?
Weirdly enough, it was just a couple hikers. It's crazy. We've suspected that there were small civilizations kind of within the area, but I mean, this is so far away from a river. We haven't really had any reason to search this specific area, and it was so covered by jungle. It didn't show up in any of the satellites. Some people were doing a sort of hike. Honestly, I don't understand that. They found this area and they made it back. They were excited to tell anyone.
I see.
It's nothing.
What kind of excited? Like, You said that in a little weird way.
Well, I mean, they knew that they discovered something incredible. They weren't interested in any sort of credit or fame, which I suppose is noble, but it is odd. Even archaeologists dream that one day their names will be written in history books, and to just be hiking one day and stumble across something like this, it's pretty exceptional.
Maybe they didn't
And
know
was
the
that the
significance of what
nothing
they'd
you-
found.
Yeah.
And was that the nothing you mentioned earlier when you were like, it's nothing?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being judgmental and cynical. But there's no reason they would have for not wanting credit other than just not thinking they deserved it, right?
Sure. Okay.
Right, well, I do want a sample of whatever this substance might be. We have spectral analysis on site.
Not on site. We can take it back with the next supply run. Like I said, it'll take a few days, but if you figure you've seen everything you can take, then I suppose you can start taking samples. Just be careful. We don't want to.
How
ruin
long
the
do we
integrity
have
of
before the
anything.
sun goes down?
Another hour, maybe.
Another hour. Might be worth hiking out to the next gate, seeing what we could see. That'd take about an
yeah.
hour.
Yeah, if we walk there and then walk back to the camp, that'll take about an hour. I can show you. So she gets somebody from the camp to kind of escort you guys to make sure you don't get lost, anything like that. He introduces himself. He says, I'm Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. So have you seen anything different around here than any of the other sites?
No.
Okay, Jerry.
Okay.
What exactly is your role here, Jerry?
Show him around.
Oh, you're a local guide, alright. Well, thank you for your assistance.
Yeah.
Alright. So, have you lived in the area long?
Oh no. Scout the area sometimes. Ain't seen no city till now. He's a southern guy from Brazil. Don't judge him.
You never come across any ruins in the area?
I don't really live here though. I'm just familiar with the geography.
Right. Well, I suppose lead the way unless anyone else had more questions.
He leads the way to this next area. It is very similar, and it's also very strange because as you walk to this next vase, as you're walking, you can, as soon as you see it, you're unsurprised to see it exactly where it is. It's almost like you knew it was there, like each of you. But as you see it, it's just a pillar with a stone base on it and a sigil carved into it.
Is it the same snaky sigil?
Kind of. The snake, you assume that the snake in the last one simply had its head worn away, but this one had very little wear and tear. There's still no head. It's just this long body that kind of crooks in the middle, heading in a slightly different direction, like a slightly different angle than the last one.
Is there any way this the angle of this head of the snake could correlate to where it is in relation to the city?
That's a very interesting theory, and one I'd honestly be enthusiastic to test. The only thing is we don't have any evidence that this small civilization has algebra that advanced, especially for the time, which we're not sure of exactly the time, but
Well, this could be the evidence.
A lot of old civilizations were quite a bit more advanced than we would think now.
The ancient Egyptians could track the stars for miles and miles with their obelisks.
that's true. They built the
Shot at the
pyramids
curve
just
of
so
the
that they
earth.
could see them at night. Really incredible. But it's possible. But we'd have to do some more mapping in the area, and we're just not at that point yet.
Alright, let's make a note of the angle of this particular sigil. Nice find. It's a good thought. Robbie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll make a note of the particular angle of this sigil.
All right, you take out your protractor and
I had noted the coordinates down. How
are you getting these coordinates?
Well, just like mapping on the map approximate locations and if like coordinates down when to get.
Siri, drop a pin. That's a joke. We don't have Siri. We have no signal.
So the guy kind of helps you do that because I'm not gonna make you draw for that or anything, because if that goes wrong, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do to you. Do you get some of this resin, Lucy?
What? Yeah, I do.
You get some? Okay. So
what?
you had, huh?
What did it smell like when Lorelai smelled it?
What did it smell like? It smells like rotting, but it doesn't smell like the rotting wood. It smells kind of like this burning rot.
What color is it? Is it like some kind of resin? Is it shiny? What's
So it's a
worrying.
resin, and it's clear, but when you gather it up, it is white.
Ooh.
It's kind of like gray.
So it's rotting gray matter.
That bodes well.
Okay.
Of course it does.
So they lined their vases to put rotting things in them.
Well, it's possible it was some kind of plant matter,
Yeah,
something
probably
put in
not,
here that
right.
Or
just
something was taken out.
decayed over time. Everything rots eventually.
Well, this plant matter, we could use some carbonating to figure out at the time of this.
I still want that spectrum analysis. I'd like to know what exactly it's made of.
But if it's any living matter, we can definitely figure out what time this civilization was.
Well, it's got to be organic of some kind. Inorganic matter doesn't rot like this, doesn't decay.
Yeah, this is just some weird inorganic thing. Hope not, that would be weird.
Makes me wonder. But we'll find out soon enough. How far? You said a couple of days until we get the analysis back.
Yeah, unfortunately, because we have to wait for the next supply run to come and then come take this back, and then we'll get it done as soon as possible. As
I
soon as that
understand.
happens.
I've done field work before.
All right.
Yes. I guess we got nothing left to do, but I go back to camp. It's starting to get dark.
Yeah. So you, if you're heading back now, you can make it back just as it's getting to sundown, which is good for you. And you guys are all three in one kind of tent, which isn't somewhat annoying, but shortage of space, shortage of resources. What can you do? Also with you is Jerry, who kind of had to join you to make space.
Evening, Jerry.
Hey.
When I smell Jerry, it's just like, not in a creepy
Doesn't
way.
smell like rotting matter, if that's what you're
Okay,
wondering.
that was my question.
He doesn't smell great. He's been out here for a couple of days and difficult to get a shower.
Okay, just wanted to check. Make sure he wasn't pilfering
Not having
anything.
some rotten matter on you, or being made of rotten matter is typically a good sign.
What's the insect sitch? How bad is the insect population right now?
So you've got like bug nets and bug spray and all that. Still not great. Still a lot of insects.
But it
You're
seems like
kinda
the
rolling
normal
eyes.
amount of wildlife.
Normal amount.
Questions you would not be asking if you didn't already know this was a horror game.
Hey, what happens if I put a bug in the matter?
I don't think we collected enough of it to try that.
No, I mean, aren't we camping like right next to the first one though?
Oh, it's
10
okay.
minutes away. Do you want to head out for 10 minutes?
Well, it's dark.
I'll do it in the
dark.
morning.
Yeah,
I'll do it in the morning.
yeah.
Alright, so and Jerry sits down and says, make sure you don't get eaten.
Care to
Yeah.
elaborate on that, Jerry?
Bears.
Who's doing
Bears.
this?
In like
In-
what, the Amazon?
Brazil?
Panther.
Panther?
Jerry, have you done any sort of educational
Jerry, have you ever gotten eaten by a panther?
No.
have you ever seen a bear in the Brazilian rainforest?
You ever seen a giant civilization in the Brazilian rainforest?
Actually, yeah.
Well, I
It's-
guess my point doesn't stand then, does it?
There were other civilizations in this area. Well, not this specific area. This is the first we found in this particular, not river part of the jungle. But the point stands. There's
Do you want me to try to map out exactly
No.
where an ancient civilization could be found in the Amazon
No, I'm just
rainforest?
saying there were other civilizations in
I did research
South America.
on all
Well,
Olmec.
apparently you didn't do enough research to figure out that bears
There are
don't
not
live in-
bears, as far as I know. Personally, I'd be more concerned about the primates. They've been known to get curious.
Isn't that only in zoos though?
I mean, that
A little in the wild, but mostly in zoos.
that's true, but I've been on other digs where we've had some arboreal friends get a little interested in our equipment or in our
Ooh.
rations.
That's why we keep them in a different tent.
Yes.
Thanks, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Right. I'm going to see if there's any sort of dinner.
Dinner does sound nice. Haven't had any time to rest at the flight.
Alright, you head to the ration tent. The area is pretty well lit up. It doesn't take you long to find. You head to the ration tent, and there you find just some pretty much MREs. Nothing too special.
Field work.
It seems like you kind of missed the, like, official dinner. So you're kind of... Everyone else has kind of gone to sleep by now.
Damn, I was looking forward to some hot food.
Yeah. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible. Not the worst you've had.
The
but just
trials
not-
and tribulations of archaeology. If only they told us in school it would be this much fun.
So you eat your meals and you going to sleep, hint hint,
Yes, we're going to sleep.
hint hint. Alright, so you guys head to sleep. It's a kind of difficult sleep because, like I said, they're bugs. It's really hot. Just extremely hot.
Harry, I would also like to mention something that's important to the story. I believe that my character grew up in the Indiana Jones movies, so he always had to live with him.
Always brings whip. Okay.
In Italy?
In Italy, you grew up with the Indiana Jones movies?
He has American ancestors.
Fair enough.
Just
All right.
Few
Really?
people have American ancestors, as it were. You could have, like,
Indiana Jones is the cornerstone of American culture to be
Yeah.
passed down through the generations.
I love those movies. You can't take this away.
No, that's
my
fair.
name. My name is based off of those movies.
Listen, we all have our reasons for becoming archaeologists. Did you know it's actually true there was a spike in people who became archaeologists after Indiana Jones came out?
Oh, I believe that.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
So people, hold on. people saw that and were like, yeah, that seems realistic enough where I'm going to dedicate my entire life to it.
I mean, it opened up as an option they hadn't thought about before.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love opening something that disintegrates everybody who sees it?
Also true.
Listen, I've had to cite actual research papers about that.
For what class?
Ancient civilizations! I'm a classic Civ major!
Yeah, why am I running you an ancient Civ major through an ancient civilization thing?
In fairness, I studied Greece and Rome. I know nothing about the
I did about
Americas.
half an hour of research before this on only what was relevant. I'm gonna say a lot of stuff that's a lot of bullshit. Don't at me.
None of us know what we're doing. It's totally fine.
You awaken. It's just beginning. The sun's just beginning to rise. You went to sleep pretty like right as the sun went down, and it's just beginning to rise now. But you awaken to the sounds of footsteps running outside of your tent.
Jerry?
Good
Is
morning.
Jerry still in the tent?
No, he's not.
It's probably Jerry then. Let's go to sleep.
Oh, well, now I'm awake, and there's what
Yeah.
to do. Come
I'm
on,
up.
everybody up.
Early in bed.
Oh,
I get out of bed.
I need coffee before I can function.
They have like a little they have a little
Can't do
coffee
much.
heater.
A nice cup of cold water though. That would hit the spot.
I make shitty
They also
coffee.
have water.
They have gin.
First thing in the morning.
Nope, they did not bring a ton of alcohol.
That's
I
a
mean,
lie.
I'm not hearing.
Some
None.
people brought alcohol personally, but they didn't bring it as part of the communal thing.
Well, I'm gonna have.
Okay, is there any? I go to the medical tent.
Are you drinking?
Drink rubbing
Are
alcohol.
you rubbing alcohol?
I'm gonna dilute it like a lot.
I don't know
I've
if
done it
that's gonna
before.
have the intended effect, but okay.
No, that's not how anything works, I think.
I don't think you can do
They
that.
also have some people, like, in the medical tent, so you're gonna have to steal it from them.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna listen. I'll just like say I'm a little old woman and I fell down.
You what?
Alright,
I thought this was one of your first days. Not first, but like. one
I
of the-
googled it. You
No, I
cannot
don't-
drink rubbing alcohol without getting
No.
very sick.
No, what if you dilute it?
I'm just telling you what Google says.
I don't think
Okay,
it's
well-
anything.
I'm from Scotland. It's gonna be fine.
I don't know. No, it will not be fine.
Fun fact: in Russia, a lot of families, when you're like have a cold or you're sick or something, instead of giving you cold medicine, they give you a shot of vodka.
Somehow that seems very Russian and unsurprising.
I heard that in Russia until like 2011, they didn't classify anything that had less alcohol content than vodka as alcohol. And they still sold it. So like you could be like 5 and walk up and get like a pack of beers.
Good going, Russia, if that's true. I don't know.
It is my friend got like a
Doesn't surprise me.
he got like a fun fact box from Russia or something.
We are so
Said
amazingly off topic.
yep.
Final
Well,
answer is you
anyways.
cannot, under any circumstance, drink rubbing alcohol and be okay.
that. Okay,
If you
after
tell them
thinking
you
it
fell
through by
over-
myself, I decide to not go to the medical tent.
Okay.
Although I do leave a note with the supply tent being like, hey, we're gonna need some form of alcoholic beverage. Just for the next time they get supplies, just that better be included, or there will be a complaint.
Huh?
Consequences.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. Hold on. I'm not gonna do a Spanish accent because I don't feel comfortable enough to do that. So my Spanish when I talk Southern, just know
Big
it's Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. What do you need?
Vodka.
I mean,
Actually, whiskey.
I was gonna say,
Whiskey.
you're Scottish!
all right. We can get some whiskey. I have a little bit of scotch, but it's like
Oh, you think because I'm a Scotsman, I like Scotch? Is that what you're trying to say to me?
no. I thought that since you just asked me if there was any alcohol, you might like scotch.
Yes, I would.
All right. It is like 6:30, so
Yeah, it's too late already. Just hand it over, man. Come on.
he pours you a couple. He pours you like a triple shot of scotch.
Okay.
You are not handling any of the equipment.
Okay.
At that, he also puts in an order for some whiskey. You can see him doing it on his little computer thing, little radio thing.
Right, well, the earlier we set off, the sooner we get there before the heat of the day sets in.
That's a fair point.
You hear Dr. Walker being like, "All right, are we ready to go?" And she's saying that outside to
Too chipper
if
for
you don't
6:30
know.
in the morning.
Okay. Let's go.
Make sure to gather all the equipment. We want to make sure everything's ready. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited.
I pull out a can
let's
of
not
bug spray.
Whatever you had left, I take and use up the rest of it.
That was supposed to last all week.
Okay. I go bug sprayless.
That's
Oh.
a bad idea.
Oh no. Don't worry. I brought at least 7 cans of it.
Oh, that's
Okay,
good to
cool.
hear. Right.
Okay, so you head out. And Dr. Walker walks up to you and says, "Ah, there you guys are. We're getting ready to go. You're just in time. Maybe a bit late, but it's fine."
Wait, okay, real quick. I need everybody to know my mental image of Lorelai is Lorelai from that one episode of Scooby-Doo. You know, the one with the water park and the zombies?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that. Okay. Where's Jared?
Is he not out here already?
Yeah,
Not
he,
that I've seen.
When we
Oh,
woke up, he was not.
Man,
in
I
bed.
guess he left in the middle of the night then. He ditched us. God,
Uh-huh.
Jerry.
Maybe he got eaten by a bear.
I doubt that. I don't think there are any bears in the area. But I mean, I guess we can get someone else. He's probably just out using the bathroom or something.
I'm gonna wait. No, those are 10 minutes away. Never mind. When we get there, I want to do something.
All right.
Shall we be
You know-
off then?
He did a bunch of work yesterday. I guess he can get a rest today. He's already been to the city, so he doesn't really need to see it. Let's just get someone else.
Hey, did Jerry have any change in personality when he went to the city? I know this is like a really weird question, but I've been around a lot of ancient civilizations. Sometimes like you see something so profound and it just changes your life.
I didn't really know him that well. I mean, nothing major, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess it is kind of a life-changing experience. Honestly, I wasn't really paying much attention. Why don't you just ask him?
Well, he's not here, is he?
I mean, yeah, he'll probably be back soon, but
Right,
Archaeology
daylight's
waits for no
wasting,
man.
people.
actually, archaeology is probably the only science that does wait for people, but you know what? It's fine.
Almost by definition, it does wait for people, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say, Robbie?
If Jerry's not back by 7:30, make sure someone puts out a search for him, because we don't want anybody getting lost in the Amazon rainforest now, do we?
Yeah, we are deep in the jungle.
Yeah, I guess I can tell some people to look out for him. She gestures to the guy that you were talking to, just, Roberto, you want to come? You haven't been to the city yet. And he's like, yeah, I've been waiting for you to ask me. I didn't want to say anything, but I'm pretty excited about this, you know?
You and me
Oh,
both,
As are we
Roberta.
all. why don't you come with us? And as you're leaving, Professor Walker turns to. Do I keep switching between Doctor and Professor? I probably do. But
I think
Professor
so,
Walker,
but I haven't been paying attention, so it's fine.
Professor Walker, as you're leaving, turns to somebody to the right, at the right side of the tent, and says, "Hey, can you keep an eye out for Jerry? Thanks." And just like that, you guys have pretty much no time to get ready because she will not be stopped by anything or anyone. She is a woman on a mission.
Let's hustle.
Okay, I grab my walking stick.
I do want to make a quick stop by the first gate that we saw yesterday, though.
Yeah, sounds good. So
Yeah, I want to do the thing I was gonna do there.
Yeah, exactly. Drop a bug and then go mad.
Okay, so you guys head to the first gate. This small pillar, popping up from the ground. What do you do?
Anything
trap a
changed?
bug.
Not that you can see.
Okay, I want to smell inside it again. I guess I didn't do it the first time, but like, I
Well,
saw
she
Lorelai
did.
do it yesterday. I think I should do it this time.
Smelling inside of it, it smells pretty rancid. But like, it's weird because it smells rancid in there, but as soon as you like lift your like face up from like essentially inside of the pot, it smells totally fine. You can't smell anything.
Okay,
Um,
so there's no smells that I recognize other than that.
Nothing different than what you smelled before.
Okay.
right, while she's doing that, I attempted to trap a bug.
All right, you just have a bug laying around.
Well, I attempted to trap one. You said there were a lot of bugs, so I
Oh.
was like,
Yeah, sure. You get like a fly swatter, you smush it. Do you want it alive or dead?
dead works.
All right, you smush it. It's dead. You have one.
I walk up to the thing and I'm like, I kind of drop the dead fly in the matter thing.
Ah.
You drop it in there. It's in
Just see if
there.
anything happens.
Gonna contaminate the samples.
We already have the samples.
What if we did it with an
People?
alive one?
Tell me how you're gonna get an alive bug.
It's the
Did any-
Amazon. We wait.
Like this? Just gonna grab one? I've grabbed bugs before.
Just gonna
I'm
snap.
actually gonna make you make.
And then
I'm gonna have
Again,
you make an easy
it's the
drop of this.
Amazon. Human
Really?
plus
They're
time equals
everywhere.
bugs.
okay.
But to actually capture one, you're gonna need above a 5.
Okay, so do I
Oh shoot! We forgot about the big thing you're supposed to do at the
Oh,
start.
yeah, we didn't get edges or personalities.
Or
secrets.
secrets. Yeah, you guys didn't get edges or secrets. Time for edges and secrets because we didn't do that.
Harry deals everyone 5.
5. Robbie, that's your 5.
Ooh, high card. High card.
Lots of high cards.
Are we supposed
Jokers
to
don't
see
count,
each
Harry.
other's cards?
Yeah, but I can't remove them all.
Harry, I got
Take it
2.
out of your like personal inventory and switch it to just right in front of you, because otherwise people can't see it.
I don't know how to use this.
I'm gonna put the jokers in the dead pile.
Bro, I don't
Uh,
know how
the
to
pile's
use
up here.
this. Help.
I think you should just be able to.
Why did I get 4 diamonds?
Indy, where are your others?
You took them away because they were jokers.
Low cards, low cards,
Oh,
low
both of them?
cards.
Jeez,
All
I didn't low
diamonds.
cards.
I get to have 4
Are you
diamonds.
sure we shuffled this deck?
I don't think we did.
I did. I shuffled it twice.
Are you very sure? Alright, well,
I will say
Are
it's
we
suspicious
counting-
that Ace, Queen, Jack, King, 10,
well, I thought I had a
9,
queen. Where
8,
did it go?
7, 6, 5, 4, and 2 are all there.
I got
You know
6,
what?
5, 4, 3, 2. Can we shuffle and try again?
We're gonna shuffle. Shuffle again.
I
Deckofcards.com
like
is
mine.
being a bit fishy. Oh, come on.
Okay. I guess I got one other card that's not a diamond.
I got a
Alright,
joker.
I'm gonna have 3 secrets and 2 edges. Actually, no, I'll have 3 edges and 2 secrets.
Okay, hold on. I'm shuffling it again because
Whoa!
what the heck?
That was a good hand.
I'm sorry, but what the heck was that? This site might be broken.
Jesus,
It super likes the queens, huh?
Mm.
Loves
it's super like
diamonds
diamond.
over here.
diamond.
Mayhaps a real deck of cards.
I got both jokers twice.
People can't see a real deck of cards.
No, but we can tell them what we have.
But then everyone can't draw from it. Okay, hold
We
on.
could
I'm gonna,
probably.
What if we just all had diamonds?
you know what? Let's go on break real quick while we figure this out, okay?
Sorry, guys. Deck of cards.
Technical difficulties. That we kind of assumed that the deck of cards site we were using was an
Would
actual
work.
deck of cards.
All right, we will
Which
be
of
right
us?
back.
It used.
I know it says Chaos Complex, but we are not playing that right now.
go. Okay. We are back and better than ever. Before you, you can see
We
our
have cards now.
heroes. They have cards. I believe each of you has 3 edges. Yes? And
Yes.
each of you
Yeah,
has
we all
Yes.
have 3
2
edges.
secrets. So the edges are the reusable resource that they can use to change the card they drew to what the edge is, and then the secrets they can add to whatever card they use, and they can only use those once ever. The edges, once expended, can be recovered by using a secret. But we'll get to all that later on. First, we have a bug draw to make. Indy, draw your bug.
Okay, so can I pick an edge to use?
No, you draw
No,
from
draw
the
first.
pile.
Because you can choose to
Okay.
use an edge after you've drawn.
Okay.
Okay, well that doesn't count.
Possible.
I'll put it with Harry.
He is the true Joker.
You know me.
Oh my
That
god,
also
not
doesn't
Harry. Okay, King.
That's quite the card to draw and getting the bug.
I really hate you for drawing that card.
None of
Listen,
no,
I
you, get,
got a good bug. I got
you
a,
did get a very good bug. You breathe and the alcohol in your breath knocks it out without killing it.
I don't
Why do you
think
think
she
I
could
drank
find
it this
any
morning?
alcohol.
No, that guy gave me scotch.
Oh, right.
I took a triple shot of scotch before
Got
we
a scotch.
left.
At 6:30 in the morning.
At 6:30 in the morning.
It's a lot later than when I usually take it.
What time do you get up every day?
She's an
Four.
old woman.
I'm 56, literally. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not old, but thanks.
I can't move cards. Just the discard pile will be where the jokers are on the face.
Okay.
So you caught a bug. You caught a couple actually. What do you want to do with this bug?
I'm gonna put it in the jar with the rotting resin and see what happens.
Well, it's very anticlimactic, I'll tell you that. You throw a bug in a jar and it sits in the jar. I mean, the resin's sticky, so it gets stuck to it. And it eventually wakes up and, like a fly caught in a web, tries to fly out of it but can't, and just gets itself more caught.
Just like the TV shows. Okay. I'm done here.
That was very disappointing.
It was very disappointing. I thought something
That
was gonna
was-
happen because you were like, I don't know, for some reason I thought it was gonna be important if it was alive.
That was like half an hour of build up so that you could throw a bug in a box.
Okay, well, I guess we are going to the city now.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
so-
agree.
I don't know what the hell that was, but I guess we can head to the city.
We just
Yes,
have some
30
very
minutes behind
peculiar
schedule.
ways.
Okay. We go. So you guys walk for another hour and a half, and the area around is beautiful, but as you go, the jungle actually seems to get thicker, which isn't quite what you'd expect because of the civilization being there. But as you enter this city, the first thing you notice is these like an actual gate and these walls, though the gate seems to have broken down from whatever it was. You suspect it was probably made of some stone that was broken down. So it's just an incredible tall, maybe 20-foot archway, but it's not an arch because Romans. So it's just kind of square. But you know what? Still pretty cool. And as you head in, the area is overgrown, but it's still amazing because you can see these early houses made from these sort of bits of rock and built up very well. It seems like they had some sort of communal housing which wasn't always the case for these early civilizations, but it seems like they had a couple large structures instead of smaller many smaller structures.
Best guesstimate. How many people would I say this city could probably house?
Mm. Well, you haven't seen the entire thing so far, but what you can see right now, if you were to kind of like estimate that through the entire span of the city, which generally isn't especially large, a couple hundred people,
Okay.
which is
It's respectable for the time.
respectable for the time, but yeah, not exceptional.
But it was never like a permanent settlement, according to all of our research. It was kind of a way station.
Well, it was so it seemed like it was, yeah, kind of an exploratory area for the Olmecs. That was once its own civilization that was then either taken over or just kind of integrated with the Olmecs.
Okay.
So.
And we think it was weak because it wasn't connected to a river.
Yeah. That is your current theory.
So pre-Olmec civilization that was either found and taken over or conquered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. You said, are there columns here, or is it just like the square arch?
What do you mean by columns?
Similar to the gates.
Like what we saw.
Oh, no, not that you can see.
Okay, so it's like it's
Hmm.
only like a border type thing.
Are there
Hmm.
carvings, etc., in the archway?
Yes, in the archway there are carvings.
I would like to investigate those, please.
You may investigate those carvings.
Taking
So
pictures as I go.
So you suspect there was probably some sort of larger carving on whatever gate or door was used, and you can tell there was a gate or door because there are these marks in the stone where there once was some sort of early device, some early hinge, bolted into it. But these carvings seem to show. It's kind of weird. It's like rain, but in reverse. It's just these little dots that start out very, very dense and then get less dense as they go up.
Is it just the dots, or is there anything at the base that the dots are coming from?
Well, the base has been carved slightly in, and even further in, you can make out some sort of characters, but you don't know what they actually say.
If this was ever a real door of any kind, then this place was perhaps more advanced than we were thinking.
It's incredible, right? And I mean, look, an incredible writing sample. If only I knew what it said.
Pity it is some kind of written language, but perhaps some kind of pictogram. But I can't fathom these marks here. Perhaps they're simply decorative?
I don't know, because I would want to say they were religious, but they don't seem to match any Olmec religion. It could have been their own religion being incorporated within it.
Doesn't
They
look like
must
any
have
kind of
survived by
temple
the
or worship
rains.
area. It looks like a gate. Where?
Doesn't there appear to be any temple of any sort?
Yeah, where in the city is this
Yes.
gate? Is it right at the front? Is it in the center? What's the...
From what you can tell, it is kind of at the front.
Seems like it's some kind of entrance. Perhaps there's ceremonial significance to step in through doorways or arches. A symbolic sort of welcome into the city.
It's entirely possible, but there's so much to show you. But honestly, let's start big. The most incredible thing is that there is an actual temple.
Please lead the way, then. I'd be keen to see it.
This time, when we first on my first expedition, this is my third expedition out here. On my first expedition, I didn't have the proper equipment to search this temple, and on my next one, I was reviewing through the rest of the city. I can't wait anymore. I brought the equipment so that we can explore it today.
I look forward to it.
Sounds
That'd be nice.
spectacular.
All right.
What
You
you're about to
seem
see.
really excited about this.
What we're about to see. You said that this city may be more advanced than we thought. You have no idea. With what you're about to see, it's incredible.
Well, by all means, stop hyping it up and actually show us what you have.
So she is almost full speed running to somewhere within the city that you haven't yet discovered. But as soon
Okay,
as you
slow down, Nelly. I have a walking stick. I'm not a young sprite like you.
I well, just come over here and look. And as you head over to where she is, she shows you in between these two sort of larger buildings, and they frame perfectly this incredible temple, which is done very much in the Olmec style of these large wooden large stone squares building up into a pyramid. But what's weird is in a lot of Olmec temples, they worshipped the sky. So they would have stairways up to the top and there would be a lot of stuff in the sky. But in this temple, there is nothing in the sky. It just seems to be a very minimalistic pyramid.
Oh,
That's sad. I wanted to go up.
the sky's fun, but
So
That probably
where
implies
did
stuff
go?
underground, doesn't it?
Well, if it's not
Are you
going
saying
up.
that to Walker?
Is there a way inside? Walker.
Yes, there is, and that's where it gets even better.
Well, lead the way.
Yeah.
She is walking and talking.
Okay.
It's just taking forever because somebody has to use a walking stick.
Okay.
Who's echoing?
I'm hearing it.
Echoes. Not good.
I
Okay,
don't think it's me. I'm wearing. Yeah.
Harold,
if
is
it comes
you?
back,
Somebody's
Those-
echoing.
darn tech Jawas are ruining
No, it's not
everything.
Harry, because he's part of the echo.
Am I part of the echo at all?
No, so it must be you.
Ah, dang it. I wouldn't know how to fix that. Because I have, like, something I could do to fix it.
Just make sure
You
all
have-
your
you
audio
have
is going
headphones
through
on,
the
right?
right output and stuff.
Yeah.
Just check your audio output input settings.
In the meantime, she leads you to this temple, which is built high but very simple, and in it there's this entryway. It seems like there was a door here as well, but it too eroded away, and you can see similar markings on the door, but slightly different, as instead of being this sort of dense thing that then gets less dense as it goes up, the entire doorway is covered with these markings in what seems like a random pattern.
Any
all
sign of our
throughout,
little
incredibly dense.
serpentine friend?
No, nothing that you can see.
Okay. I pull out my flashlight and I click it on.
So as you head into the temple, it immediately, the first thing you see is that it is exceptionally dark. The next thing you notice is that there's really not that much going on within the temple. It's, for a religious area, it's very unornate. What you do see is on the edge, you can see what looks like workstations, though you're not quite sure of what type, on the outer walls of the temple to your right and left.
I check
And
the
in the-
walls. Are there carvings or paintings or
There are carvings.
click, click, click?
These ones are a bit different. These ones show very simplistic figures of people that seem to have something in their hand. It looks like some sort of... You would say it was some sort of spear, except for it seems to almost be like a gun because it's shooting something at something. It
Walker,
from the spear come like they hold the spear next to them, and then from the spear comes this ray of something.
what do you make of this? It's weird. Some kind of projectile weapon, but it looks like a spear. Metaphor of some kind. What's it shooting at?
Well, all you can tell is that it's shooting at something, and as you look down at where the projection goes, it leads down towards the seams of the stone, which then lead towards the center of this area, where you can see this move to the side, this large sundial that
Sundial in the dark?
a sundial in the dark, but it has been pushed to the side, where you can see a staircase leading down below the temple.
Can we see if it's from the? Was it pushed from the outside or the inside? Is there any way to tell that, like
Walker
with like
speaks up at this point.
handprints?
Walker speaks up at this point and was like, I was amazed when I found that this sundial could be moved, but I thought there had to be a reason because, I mean, a sundial in the dark, right? And it
Wait.
moved, and what I found, look at this,
Where in the room was it originally?
covering this whole subterranean civilization, subterranean buildings, subterranean architecture, unlike any we've seen at the time.
And you're certain it wasn't buried after the fact?
I'm honestly not sure. I can't build a timeline for this civilization, but all I know is that the fact that this is here from the time.
I want to investigate the
I don't know what to
sundial.
say.
Is there any
You can make-
symbols?
So here's the thing you find about the sundial. It is an exceptionally ornate sundial, but this didn't use a base 12 system, obviously. It used a base 10 system of measuring time, and on each of the and you can tell that because there are 10 sort of markers that are marked by a different crystal gemstone.
Click.
Very, very rare and very ornate.
Looks like a
Clearly
base
this
10
was a prize
measuring
for the
system.
time.
Say again, Robbie.
So Walker says,
What?
well,
What kind of crystals?
you can't tell they're clear.
Diamonds?
Doesn't seem like a diamond, though you're not entirely sure. But a diamond generally has a certain tint to it, and this is very clear. You feel like from your background, you feel like you could sort of tell if it were a diamond. It doesn't seem to be some sort of diamond. It seems to be some sort of
Glass or quartz, maybe?
yeah. That seems more likely. More likely a quartz. But
Part of me is tempted to try and pry one of these from the settings, but I'd rather not ruin this amazing artifact. So let's just leave these where they are, and we can get someone to analyze them later.
Before we, I don't know if you're planning to get on the stairs, but before we do that at all, I'd like to take my little walking stick and tap around the room to see if the ground stays of the same thickness or solidity.
so you're essentially checking for hollow spots?
Yeah.
You check around, you don't find any hollow spots, or at least none that are hollow enough where they're being picked up by your walking stick.
Okay, cool. Just want to check.
And I look up. I try and find where the sundial was originally placed, and look up, see if maybe there was a hole in the ceiling or something that got covered over time.
So you look up, and it does appear there was a hole in the ceiling directly in the center above where you are,
Bingo, folks.
but it was covered. You can't quite tell what it was covered by from here. You can maybe tell from the outside.
Do we have any drones perchance with us? With cameras?
You have some cameras. You don't have any drones that you
Damn.
brought with you.
Looks
You can try
like
to
we
climb up
got
there.
an answer. That sundial wasn't in the dark. It looks like there was some kind of opening here that was covered.
Should we go outside and see if we can see it from the outside?
Yeah, it's worth a try. It's right in the center.
Okay. I'm gonna head outside and see if I can see the top of the pyramid. Like to.
Alright, Roberto's still with you, by the way. He just hasn't had a lot to say. He's
Okay.
kind of in awe of this as well, but he's not really an archaeologist, so he doesn't really want to make a fool of himself. So you head up, climbing the thing. Somebody make a draw to climb this little tower, because it's not especially difficult, but you're not sure about the structural integrity of it, anything like that.
I led the charge. I guess I'll do it. Queen!
Very nice. What you
Too early to
find,
be drawing these cards.
what you find horrifies you, because what is covering this hole is a tarp. And someone has nailed this tarp into the pyramid, damaging this incredible artifact and covering
I
this skylight.
immediately look at the professor, doctor. I can't remember which one you said it was.
Both.
The
Professor Walker.
This wasn't
why
me.
is it there?
When I came here, it was covered. I didn't even realize. Who would have done this?
How old does the tarp look?
Like a couple days, maybe.
Who would have done this? Who else has been over in this area?
Jerry.
Well, Jared's not here right now.
I mean,
Yeah, but Jerry was here.
she's
remember?
not wrong though. I mean, Jerry and Roberto and some of the others would have had to come here to make sure they could guide us and make sure everything was safe and they could be familiar with the area.
But
Roberto.
Roberto said he'd never been here.
Roberto says, I wasn't here. Jerry and some of the others were here, but I personally wasn't, because I was stuck setting up supplies and I was scouting some of the gates.
Well, I'm gonna assume with the supplies we had some tarps, right?
Oh yeah, we had tarps. I don't know who would have used it to cover up a skylight. Is it that big a deal?
Well, it could have damaged the integrity of the stones if there was any kind of carving or written language or any kind of thing in this rock. Then nailing something to it could have been incredibly damaging to the integrity of the dig.
Is there any way to safely remove the nails?
I'd be reluctant to try and remove the nails themselves at this stage, but we could cut the top away.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, it'd be better.
Pull out like a utility knife and start cutting the tarp off.
Right. So you cut the tarp open. It cuts open pretty easily. As you cut it open,
Well, I'm not cutting it open. I'm like going around the corners and.
Oh. okay, so you do that pretty easily.
And then we remove it.
Yeah.
You remove it. Okay. As you remove it, you hear almost imperceptibly. You can't even quite tell what it is because it seems so quiet, or not quiet, but just so high pitched that the only way it comes across to you, this noise, is it's almost like a pressure on your ears.
Oof.
And it lasts for a couple seconds and then it goes away.
I'm not the only one who heard that.
No, it must be a thunderstorm or something moving in. Pressure changing. We should hurry before it starts to rain.
Harry, are there any like clouds in the sky or anything?
Nope.
But this is the
That doesn't-
Amazon. Weather can change in a split second.
I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna be a little wary while we go down.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be safe from the rain underground, or we could drown because it's not made for the water. But you know what? I'm gonna go with we're gonna be safe from the rain.
I mean,
let's
we'll
go.
be able to tell it started to rain before we're in danger of drowning, I think.
You seem really excited about the prospect of drowning.
I mean, I'm not excited at the prospect of drowning, but I'm excited at the prospect of this subterranean. I don't know what it is.
I fold up the tarp and put it in my backpack.
Alright.
Might be useful later. Add it to inventory.
Okay.
All right, I guess we're heading down then.
Down we go.
You head down, and your cave adventure begins.
Woo.
So you head down, and it heads down quite a while. Eventually, the stairs drop off into just a path, but even the path seems to be sloping downwards. And you are walking for a long time, which is surprising because you figure that anything subterranean must have been just something small, because the idea of excavating all of this land, there's no way a civilization like this could have done it.
This is starting to get a little weird, if you ask me.
Well, I
There's-
mean, there's always the possibility that it was buried after the fact. It seems most likely considering the technological innovation available at the time. And of course, you gotta remember, I mean, ancient civilizations like those in Egypt and certain river valleys, they could dig underground quite a ways.
What are the
Um,
walls?
there's what did you say, Christian?
What are the walls made out of?
The walls are made out of stone, but there's something weird with them, which is that you can't tell if it's carvings, but that's your best guess. It seems like these deep carvings that go deep into the stone, randomly every couple of feet.
Do they make any kind of image, or are they just like straight gouges
Nope.
in the rock?
Straight gouges in the rock.
How deep are they?
You can't really tell.
How wide
Deeper-
are they?
Can I put my eye up to them?
Wide. It's I don't know, maybe like a quarter centimeter. Super, super narrow.
I wouldn't put anything too close to there. There could be spiders and scorpions and whatnot. Wouldn't want to have to make an emergency evac to the hospital. Here, hold on. I'll hold my flashlight close and then like put my camera up to it and see if there's.
You hold your flashlight close, put your camera up to it. You don't see anything in there, and it goes deeper than you can really see.
There's no clear markings, and it's deep as I can tell. Oh, do anyone have like a
Could be
meter
like-
stick or something?
Something that
They
deep,
could have-
though.
Been air holes.
Air holes. Well, that's true. Keep it from getting all damp down here. Keep the air moving. It's possible.
Are they irregular or are they like
They're irregular.
okay?
Do they seem like they were made by some kind of tool? Like they're deliberate?
It's kind of difficult to tell, but doesn't seem like it.
Weird though. They don't look deliberate, and I mean they're not regularly spaced out or anything.
Could an animal have done it? Because, you know, like the sundial was open, it was left open, so maybe an animal got down here. And
I mean,
Did
you're not
something-
an
or
expert on
are they-
animals.
are they too deep for that?
No animal you've heard of, but it is possible.
Suppose it could have been an animal. Don't know any animal that does this though.
Yeah,
And
an animal
if-
digging through stone.
And these long, narrow kind of patterns. I mean, I don't know. Got no explanation for this. Isn't that exciting? Something new. Come on, maybe if we go further, we'll hit an explanation of some kind.
As you keep walking, you don't quite hit an explanation. What you hit is about 3 feet above the ground begins this massive hole that juts in from the side and to the left, and the broken stone on the ground around the area that seems to have been undisturbed for centuries. But what you can see is that the hole to the side quickly comes to a complete dead end.
Does it look like the stone was knocked outwards?
Looks like it.
Maybe some kind of explosion?
Oh, man, screw this.
This don't look man-made.
Is there any
It,
kind
it
of like,
looks something made.
soot or char or anything?
Nope.
How big
I'm
is
getting
the hole?
worm vibes. But those
Uh,
don't.
There's no worm big enough to do this.
I'm getting mad
10
hibernation vibes.
10 feet in diameter.
It's massive, though.
Does any of it seem to connect in any way to the gouges on the walls?
Not that you can tell.
Can I, holding my flash, can I see where it leads? Like, where, did it come from an inner chamber, or did it come from
It
outside the
goes-
temple in?
It essentially creates its own branching path a long way. So now you have this choice to go forward to the path created by this civilization, or to the right from this path that you don't know what made it.
Wait, okay, I'm having a little trouble picturing it. Is it
Okay, so you're
coming
walking
from-
straight.
inside the temple going outwards?
So
I think
if you're
it's
walking,
coming
you're
from-
walking straight along this hallway underground, and then
This is where we're going. We're going that way. It's here.
yeah, it is essentially created a T.
Okay, it's a T-junction, alright.
Yeah.
I
But
would
you
To the
said
left,
it
you
was
can
a dead
clearly
end.
see a dead end. The left is a dead end, so you only have straight and right.
I say we go further this way. Whatever animal made that, it's not what we're here to study.
It's a
I
fair
second
point.
that. Let's go.
It could also just be erosion and eventually it collapsed. Some kind of moving
I mean-
air or water.
And we could split into groups, each take one side.
No,
That's-
there's
that's,
only so many of us, and I'd rather stay together if it's all the same to you.
It's too dangerous. There could be a cavern collapse and we could get separated. It's just not safe to split up.
You're right, of course.
Never split the party.
I wanted to see how much you guys would freak out if she suggested that. So you guys are continuing straight,
I am.
Yeah.
right? As you as you continue straight, you come across an incredible, massive underground ravine that goes off far to the left and far to the right and is exceptionally deep. You can't see the bottom.
Oh my.
Is there a pathway on the other side of the ravine, or is this where it dead ends?
It kind of dead ends here. Oh my, that's what this subterranean chamber is. It's a mine.
A mine? This is a ravine.
Yes, but they could use this ravine to mine for valuable resources.
Is there any
Is
like
there
method
any-
of them getting down that could be evidence of?
Yeah.
Is there any what?
Like, is there any evidence of them having something that they could use to get down?
Yes. It seems like at one point, you can see. You're not quite sure exactly what it is, but it seems like there are divots in the walls that go far down, and they seem to be fairly deep, but they have eroded away so that they are essentially unusable. You could try, but it would be incredibly difficult and long and dangerous.
Maybe at one point there was some kind of ladder or something anchored here?
I think it would take a while, but I think we need to go back and get a
Climbing
the
gear.
equipment. So like, because I think going down into that ravine is worth investigating, seeing how they were mining all this stuff. But we can't do it right now.
And what they were mining.
It
Yeah.
probably has something to do with the quartz that we saw earlier in their sundial.
Might. Right.
I mean,
yeah.
is there, Walker, is there any other evidence that they found and used ores like this?
Apart
Or
from the
that you're
sundial-
suggesting they found down here?
Apart from the sundial, I haven't really done enough research to know. It's possible, but I haven't really found anything yet.
Right. I say we go collect more climbing gear and some more backup. I don't want to do this with just the 6 of us. 5 of us? How many of us are there?
5
5?
of us.
5
5
of
of you.
us.
If you include me, there are 6, but I represent
You're the omniscient
world.
voice in the sky. You don't count.
Yes. So you guys are heading back then?
Yeah.
As you head back,
Here it is.
You head back, and you make it to the entrance. But this time, what sees you horrifies you. What you see horrifies you, not on an archaeological level, but on a human
More of a
level.
tarp.
Another tarp. No. The entrance, the exit, I should say, is covered, but it's covered by the sundial.
Walker. Did you move it again?
Of course, I didn't move it. I had to get special equipment to move the thing. It's like a couple 100 pounds.
Right, does anyone have any kind of radio?
I think Walker does. Or Roberto should.
There must be some way to be in touch with base camp.
I got a radio. I do.
Right, try and get in contact with base camp. Let them know that someone's moved this dial and we need to be let out.
He begins, essentially, he's slightly panicked, and he begins talking to the base camp, saying, "Hey, we need."
Roberta, take a deep breath. Everything's gonna be fine. We're in no danger of running out of air, and someone will notice that we're in trouble long before we run out of anything else.
We are investigating the temple, the subterranean part of the temple.
I like that everybody else is adopting the same accent that I have.
Southern is Spanish now, okay? We are investigating the temple, the southern part of the subterranean part of the temple, and we have been trapped. Maybe somebody moved the sundial on accident or something. That seems unlikely. I think a far more likely alternative is that somebody moved the sundial in order to collect the gems that were on it.
Why move it back into the center of the room, or in order to get the gems? You could have just brought them out of their setting. Here, may I?
He hands you the radio.
Doesn't
Base
matter
command.
what. It matters that it was moved.
Base camp, this is Lorelei DuPont. Do you read me?
Yeah, what do we do?
Hi, base camp. We're in a bit of a bind over here. Nothing, especially dire, but we would like to be let out at some point soon. Someone has moved the sundial in the old ziggurat at the archaeological dig back of the entrance, and myself, Robert, and Miss Zara, as well as Dr. Walker and Roberta, are still down here. You might need some specialized equipment to move it back out of the way. We're sure it's just a misunderstanding. But if you could move it, and make sure to put out the word that nobody moves the sundial without prior authorization, just in case there's another team down here.
They moved the 300-pound one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they managed to get it done without us hearing it, but I guess we were too far underground.
Yeah, we'll send people away.
Thanks so much. We'll expect you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Keep in radio contact. We'll stay near the entrance.
Alright, we'll check in every couple of minutes.
Alright, thanks so much.
Okay, over and out.
Over and out. I hand the radio back.
Okay, we got about 2 hours to kill. What do you
y'all
want to?
doing?
What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, I did say we'd stay close to the exit. I wouldn't mind another look at those walls, though. I want to check out those, the pictograms. I want to see what we can figure out about them. Those are fascinating to me.
Which pictograms?
The first ones we found with the spears, I want to see if there are any other images.
Those are upstairs.
Ah, shit.
So
I thought they were down here. Never mind. I want to look and see if there are any more, if they repeat at all. Or if all the walls down here are completely blank. Aside from the score marks.
The gouges are down here, but I don't think we found anything else.
yeah, you haven't found any other pictograms.
Exactly.
Wow.
Which is why I'm looking.
Why on earth would the ray be pointing down here?
It's a good question. You think in a society centered around the sky, it'd point upward, but
And why on earth did they cover their mind with a sundial?
well, my theory is perhaps that sundial was used to keep track of shift changes, just because it's dark down here and nobody could tell the time. Make sure everybody was out and accounted for when they needed to be. They perhaps had some kind of foreman up at the top, keeping an eye on the sundial, sent the word down the pipeline to get everybody out when they needed to get out.
How would you send the word down the pipeline if you couldn't get in the mine because the sundial was on top of the mine?
The sundial would only work if it was right where it is now, because otherwise it would just be in the dark.
That's a good point. It's a mystery, I suppose, that we'll have to solve eventually.
Yeah. Something's weird about this place.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to cover it while there's people down here.
And it doesn't make sense to cover it, period, unless they're trying to keep something in here from getting out.
I mean, if there's thieves and such, you might cover it when no
hear
one's
that?
home.
Harry, you did something right.
Yes, that's the noise you heard.
What?
I'm not the only one who heard that, right?
No, I heard it.
Heard.
It was
Wait,
like
I
it
didn't
was
hear
something
it.
like a.
Oh, Harry just went,
Oh. Where'd it come from? Gonna bring out the elderly ears.
Further down the hallway.
Now, what was that?
Okay, let's all face our backs towards the wall.
It's
And
probably
stay
just
together.
a possum or something. Or
I
don't know, the
have you
Brazilian
seen
equivalent of a-
possums? I don't want to be around a possum.
I suppose that's fair. I don't think they actually have possums in Brazil, but what do I know?
I'm getting a bad vibe that they were trying to keep something down here with the sundial.
What could they possibly be keeping down here aside from a couple of scorpions?
I don't know.
I still
Maybe-
stand by my point. If that, regardless of whether that's a possum or not, I think we should put our backs against a wall and just look in that direction and make sure it doesn't come
I
out.
swing my flashlight beam in that direction.
As soon as you swing your flashlight, the noises stop.
Okay.
Okay, so keep the flashlight there.
See, that's creepy. It's creepy as hell.
I unhook my whip.
I unsheath my katana out of my walking stick.
What the fuck do you have a katana for on an archaeological expedition?
I bought it at a con a few years ago, and I figured
Fair
it might
enough.
come in handy.
I've got a pocket knife, a headlight, and a couple extra batteries and some water.
I got a
Useful.
couple of rations, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've got some rations for today, but to be frank, I was expecting to be back at base camp by nightfall, so
So y'all are just sticking where you are?
Yeah. I say,
Uh,
hold on. I tell Lucy, turn off your light for a total of like 2 seconds.
right, I'll turn it off and count to 15.
No, that's 15.
2,
That's
Do the
not
noises-
2.
3, 4, 5,
Harry, noises come
6.
back.
7, 8.
Harry.
You
Nine.
hear a voice now.
oh boy.
Jerry?
Jerry!
Turn the light back on.
Jerry's holding a gun to Roberto
Jerry!
and fires. Roberto's like, ah! What?
Where did you
fuck?
shoot
Ah,
Roberto?
Jerry! Ah!
Jerry! What on earth?
Where is Roberto's shot?
He was shot in the chest.
Jesus, Jerry's out to kill. Oh my god.
I drop down and start trying to give Jerry basic medical attention.
Jerry,
Okay,
what
I'm
do we
gonna-
do?
I'm
Jerry,
gonna-
medical
Roberto.
attention?
I'm gonna level my katana
Jerry.
at Jerry's throat.
Alright. He says, he is uninterested in the katana, but he's covering his eyes from the light and begins like walking backwards.
Jerry, what is going on?
I press my katana further against his neck so he can't walk, like, I guess like behind his neck so he can't walk backwards anymore.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
not-
gonna need you to make a checkity check.
I'm not pointing
Checky
my
check.
flashlight at him, by the way. I'm trying to.
Alright. I will also need you to make a check.
Okay.
Okay,
Indy?
that's a jack.
Nice.
That's a 7.
That's 7. Let's see. So, with a 7, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do unless you want to use an edge.
Sorry, Roberto. I like you. I'm gonna need those, I think, when running for my life.
Yeah, so there's nothing you can do. He was hit in the heart. Jerry knew what he was doing. Roberto, like, you can do something, but he's bleeding out too quickly, and even if he wasn't, the damage is too much. He can't keep going.
Good God, Jerry.
And Roberto had this look of panic in his eyes, and he's just looking at you, and he's going,
It's all right, Roberto. Just stay calm. Just stay calm, all right? Just
So
take.
I told you there was
medical-
something up with Jerry.
Stop talking right now, Roberto, everything's gonna be all right, okay? Just need you to focus on me. Keep taking deep breaths.
We all told you there's something up with Jerry.
why?
I don't know.
Just stay.
Just stay calm, Jerry. Jerry, stay calm, Roberto. Help is coming. Help is on the way. All right. Just deep breaths.
I
Okay.
said, I look at Jerry and I say, "What the hell are you doing down here?"
His Roberto's eyes go not eyes. They
He
go
dies,
blank.
is what you're saying? He's dead.
He's dead. I couldn't remember the word blank.
Jerry, what is
Okay.
the meaning of this?
Okay, first of all, I got a jack on my.
Yeah, so you push off with your cane, come up from behind Jerry, and hold the katana to his throat, and you have him held to where he can't move, and he's like, hands up. I don't know.
I shine my light directly in his eyes.
Why don't you like Jerry?
It's dark down here.
Okay, I
He-
shine
he-
it less directly in his
No,
eyes.
she's shining in my eyes too, and I'm fine.
Did anything weird happen when I shined it right in his face?
Yes. When you shined it into his face, you're not quite sure what, but you felt like you heard another smaller pressure in your ears, and his eyes for a second, it seemed like they moved the wrong direction. Like they were going opposite directions as they were both trying to avoid the light, but they were going like to the outside of his face before
Creepy.
like resetting, kind of like
Like a
in
chameleon.
eyes. Before like resetting right to the front of his face.
Jerry!
Yeah.
I missed that.
I, like, while he's held, I try and take the gun from him.
You do it. You
Okay.
can't really struggle.
Wait, so do we know why Jerry doesn't like light yet?
Well, what would just happened was his eyes did a weird thing where they went opposite directions really fast before snapping back, and then right before that, there was the same sound from when we pulled the tarp out.
Bubby?
Yeah?
I want to pull out my roll of duct tape and just, like,
Mhm.
quickly duct tape my flashlight on top of the gun so I can, like, aim and point my flashlight.
Alright, you do it.
Jarrett, what
So-
on earth?
He looks at you for a second, and then he kind of scowls, and then he says, "You ain't gonna kill me, are you?"
No, I was not planning on it. I was going to turn you over to the police.
I'm gonna straight up tell Jerry that I'm gonna kill him.
Well, tell him that. Don't say you're gonna tell him
Okay,
that.
sorry, that's what I meant to do. Jerry, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you unless you give a really good reason for killing Roberto.
No. You're gonna try to kill me. Do you
I
have an in you?
don't like the sound of that.
What is that
Listen, man.
supposed to mean?
Listen, man, I have a katana.
And Lucy has
Just
a
because you
gun.
have a weapon doesn't mean you can use it.
In my case, with this weapon, it does.
You can kill me. I might have another gun on me. Hey, who knows what I got?
I searched
I also
Jerry.
have
Yeah.
a gun now. And I
Yeah.
know how to use it, thanks.
Yeah,
You know
and
how,
who knows
but
what
you
else
don't
I
know
got?
how.
I searched Jerry.
As soon as you try to get close, he like reaches out and tries to scratch at you.
What on earth?
Hey, I'm gonna slit Jerry's neck just like a little bit. Just a little bit. Just
Just
to
a
make him
little bit
worry.
slit his
The
throat.
blood started. No, I know what she means.
Yeah, no, I know.
You cut into him a little bit, and he's like, "Ow."
Yeah, ow, Jerry.
Jerry,
I bet
what?
that's how Roberto felt when you killed him just a couple of minutes ago. You want to explain that?
It'd be like explaining something to a corpse.
What?
Are you
Let
calling
me
me
spell
old?
it out for you. You are going to die here.
I
Yeah,
very
so
much
why
doubt
don't you,
that.
okay, even if I'm gonna die here, why don't you just explain to me anyway? Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna
if we're
die.
There's no harm in explaining.
You seem
How
like the kind of guy who would talk to a brick wall. So
How about
Just
I
tell me.
test my theory instead? He starts
No.
struggling against you and trying to get out.
okay, I'm gonna slit his throat.
You slit his throat.
Either way, we don't learn what we needed to learn.
Yeah, but I'd rather him die than me.
That's fair
I'm the one
enough.
that's closest to him right now.
You slit his throat, and his head kind of goes back more than you think it should, and he falls to the ground, and he says just 2 words. You ready?
Dr.
And
Walker.
then his eyes drift closed.
Dr. Walker.
He should not be able to say anything considering I cut his throat.
No, he shouldn't.
Oh shit.
Are you all right, Dr. Walker?
No!
Yeah, that seems about right. Just take a deep breath, stay calm.
I'm gonna clean my katana real quick.
Deep breath, Dr. Walker. Don't panic, okay?
Wait, where is Jerry?
Get in-
Dead on the ground.
Get in contact
I'm
with
watching
base
him while I
camp.
clean my
Tell him what's
katana.
going on.
Yeah, all right. I'll grab the
Is dead?
the radio. Base
Jerry, is
camp.
Jerry dead?
Huh? Yeah? Y'all on your way back?
What do you mean? Are we on our way back? We requested assistance.
Yeah, we sent a couple people to help you.
They're not here yet.
And I guess it hasn't been that long. I did think that would be a bit quick, but they're moving double time.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Listen, we have a situation. Jara from base camp,
Yeah?
he showed up down here. I'm afraid. Well, I'm not quite sure how to say this. He shot Roberto.
What?
Yeah, Roberto's dead.
That
And now Jerry is.
Jerry as well.
Jerry's also dead because
what?
he was gonna kill us too, and I had to
Oh,
act
sorry.
as
I
self-defense.
forgot to do my what the oh my god.
Yeah, it's
Oh
an
my God.
alarm in development, to be sure. Perhaps get in contact with the local police if possible.
He was also acting like super weird,
Very strange, yeah.
like weirder than regular Jerry.
Okay, I'll call the police. We can get some police helicopters here. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you kindly. We will be awaiting contact with the rescue team. Over and out.
Okay, so we will be keeping our flashlights down the tunnel.
You'll be keeping your flashlights down the tunnel.
Yeah, I put the... It's shotgun, right?
No, it's just a handgun.
Just handgun. Okay. I have the handgun ready because my flashlight is strapped on top of it.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my eyes fixed on Jerry.
You're gonna keep your eyes fixed on Jerry's body. You're
Yeah,
gonna use all the
I
technique
expect them or they're gonna look down the hallway, but I'm gonna look at Jerry's body, make sure he doesn't do anything, because he should not have been able to talk.
I feel like we should tape up Jerry's body with duct tape.
Okay, so one of us watches Jerry, one of us looks down the hallway, and then one of us tapes his body. I think Walker should tape his body.
Yeah,
I
I'll
was gonna
toss
tape the body, but
Walker one of my rolls of duct tape.
Alright. You toss Walker your roll of duct tape. Walker is resistant at first, but eventually decides that you're right and tapes up Jerry's body. And she says, I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, well, that's a common emotion at the moment, I think.
yeah.
Robbie, you're staring down the hallway?
I'm staring down the hallway.
Both of us are.
And I'm looking at Jerry,
Okay.
make sure nothing happens to
If both
Walker.
of you... Okay, Robbie, if you're staring down the hallway, you feel something on your leg.
I look down at my leg.
Two of them are looking at the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you look down at your leg, and for a second, all you see is this, like, black thing. And you're not quite sure what it is, but it almost looks like a small spider, but then as soon as you look down, it's gone.
Robbie over there.
No.
Robin?
There. Okay. This sounds pretty weird, but I'm looking down the hallway, and then feel something on my leg, and I'm easily frightened right now, so I kind of jump back a little, look at my leg, and there was like a black bug thing on it, and as soon as I look at it, it disappeared.
Spiders aren't uncommon in places like this. Spiders and scorpions, they like the dark. It's not a problem.
Why would it
Considering what we've just experienced, I think this should be a thing we focus on.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they're frightened of light. Listen, we just keep calm, keep our flashlights on us, stay alert. They can't hurt us. They're just spiders.
You sure it was a spider or just like a spindly thing?
looked spider-like?
Could it be at all similar to those carvings we saw?
Christian, you didn't get good enough look.
But I
Okay.
have a picture of them.
Well, he got a good enough look at the carvings. He didn't
Oh,
get a
not
good
at the
enough look
thing, it
at
was
the
like-
creature.
Yeah, I had no clue, and I don't like it.
Well, I admit I'm not the greatest fan of spiders in the world, but the important thing is we stay calm, we keep our heads. There's nothing we can do except wait right now, so panicking won't do anything.
Y'all are resuming formation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm still watching Jerry, and I think the three of them should be looking down the hallway.
Lorelai, you and Walker look down the hallway, and I'm gonna scan everybody's feet down here with my flashlight.
Alright. Walker, you have a flashlight, right? You brought one as well.
Everybody should have a flashlight.
Standard
I don't-
procedure, everybody comes with one.
Okay.
Archaeologists have flashlights, that's just 101.
Zara, you then have you then are looking at what's his name's body? Jerry's body.
Oh shoot, I'm the only one looking at his body, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am.
You look down at his body and you're looking around, and then for a split second, it almost looks like his eye moves.
You're muted.
I immediately relay that to the rest of them. I was unmuted and then I muted myself to say something.
Okay. So, what do the rest of you do at this information?
You're frightened, your imagination is playing havoc with you. It's just a trick of the light.
Okay, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's a good idea. That's a good.
He's dead. Dead bodies don't move except to twitch and rigor mortis. It happens.
Okay, I'm
Where
sorry,
are you guys
but
looking?
I'm looking at Jerry's body.
Down the
I-
hall.
I have not moved since.
I switched my focus to Jerry's body.
I'm still
Alright.
looking down the hall with Dr. Walker.
Okay. So you got 2 on Jerry's body, 2 on Dr. Walker. Robbie and Zara, I need you guys both to make draws.
Somebody's gonna have to make mine for me.
Alright. Robbie. You got a queen.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. So,
How do edges work?
If
you
it's
can replace
same
one
suit,
roll with
you're
one
fine.
edge. Or you can replace a draw with an edge, but it uses that edge.
Do I have to wait until you decide whether it passes or not?
I know whether
do
it
it?
passes or fails. You then you decide now before I reveal the result.
You
Okay,
Well, you can't because you have to have the same suit.
Yeah, you don't have any diamonds.
oh, that sucks. Okay. I guess it's a 6.
So
Wait, but a secret can add.
A secret can add.
Don't burn a secret.
Okay, I won't burn it.
Secrets are life
I
or
feel
death.
like this is gonna be bad. Okay, actually, wait, you've already. If you might see it,
the
so
way
I
a
think we're
secret
fine.
works is a secret restores all of your edges. So once you've used up a few of those, that's when you want to use a secret.
Okay.
So you're gonna fail the check, but it's not like gonna kill you instantly.
Probably.
Or is
Something.
it?
Well, if it does kill you instantly, that's really awkward. But it's I'm assuming Harry's not gonna do that. It'll probably be something like not good, but something that happens that you have to react to. And
I mean, but you're gonna see it either way.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got 6.
All right. So here's what happens. Christian, you're ready for it. You felt it before. You feel something on the back of your neck, and you immediately turn around and look up, at which point you see it looks like the ceiling is moving. But Indy, you're not ready for it, as you feel hundreds of tiny legs going across your entire body as you've been looking down this entire time. And they seem to be like wrapping around you. The first thing that happens is
Damn it, Robbie! I'm gonna die now.
the first thing that happens is you drop your flashlight, and it breaks. Hence, you lose 1 edge, and you are now covered.
I shine my flashlight at her.
Okay, so you shine your flashlight at her. Indy, you, as this is happening, feel this intense pain all across your body. But as Christian shines his light on you, in some ways it begins to feel better as these like legs subside, and Christian, you see them essentially like dive down onto the ground, doing whatever they can to avoid the light. But Indy,
I'm assuming that I was kind of petrified at that point, and I did not turn around. Because like if you feel something all over your back,
yeah,
you're gonna like freeze.
no, you didn't. But Indy,
I didn't. Okay.
they kind of go down your arms before Robbie's light can get rid of them. And now that they're gone, when you look at your arms, you see these small cuts all the way down your arm, like these small pinpoints, like carved into your flesh.
I want to check Jerry's body for his arms.
You don't see anything on his arms, but now that you know what you're looking for, you see this pinpoint behind his ear. And you see a couple of them along the back of his neck.
So he only like had 1, and now I have a lot.
Well, they weren't on you enough time to take hold, I don't think.
Ear in the back of the neck, that's a couple, and ear back of the neck, that's brainstem area.
Okay, that makes sense. Are there any there on me, or are they just in my arms?
So as you look around, you can see where a couple of them tried to dig into your arm, but Christian was quick enough to react where they didn't quite get there. But you can feel still this kind of burning sensation in your arm from where they tried to dig in.
Okay, and
What's weird though is that it's not really bleeding.
So they try to get inside of you.
Yes.
Did we bring any lamps with us?
that would be a you thing.
I mean, I figure
think.
if we were planning
Or
to
a
set up
walker
and do
thing.
a dig, we would have brought some lamps, right? Because I brought a headlamp, at least one headlamp, and a flashlight
Mhm.
with extra batteries.
Yeah.
But are there any, like, lamps we could set up in, like, a perimeter?
I mean, you don't have enough lamps to like set up a campsite. You don't just have infinite light.
No, but if we were
But-
planning to, like, stop and do a dig, we brought like one we could
Well,
hang.
you maybe could do that, but Indy, as you're looking around and these spiders have like gone away, you hear it sounds like this rumbling from deep, deep within the earth.
Just her?
All of you guys.
Earthquake.
Okay.
I feel
based
related to
on
the current events.
based on past events, I think it's not an earthquake.
Right,
I
I
feel
still
like
maintain
The
there's not
rocks
much.
around you begin to tumble, and Walker starts just screaming because as they tumble, what is revealed when it eventually gets thick enough that this large chunk of rock falls onto the ground, almost crushing one of your guys' feet. It's in this kind of like dagger shape, and as it's pulled back, what you can see is this massive network of tiny quarter-centimeter tunnels that spread all across this wall,
Oh god.
from what you can tell.
so that's where they came from. Oop. And do we have any like putty? Oh wait, we can duct tape over them.
It's true, we can start duct taping over them, but that feels
I can-
like trying to dam a river with a twig.
Maybe less of them will get through, and at least we'll notice when they do get through because it'll be like the
Whack-a-mole.
duct tape will get loose and we'll see it.
You
Wanna
hear on the
try?
radio, guys, do you hear that? Are you guys okay? There's something going on. We hear this.
Okay is a bit of a
Earthquake.
stretch, base camp. It's a relief to hear
Just
from you.
get this sundial open.
Yeah, please get us out of here as quick as you possibly can.
Our people should have been there by now.
Well, they're not.
How long have you been down here?
You guys have been down here a while at this point because you've been down here
He
maybe
has
2
the
hours.
time.
Pull out my phone. What time is it?
So when you first arrived, it was an hour and a half walk from your 6:30
About
walk.
8
so
in the morning.
by the time you got to the temple, it was about 8:39. It is now 11:30.
It's 11:30.
So they really should have been here by now.
Your people should have been here by now.
Yeah, they should have. I don't know why they're not.
How are those helicopters going?
They also should have been here by now, but I don't know. Maybe the earthquake. I don't know.
You felt it there too, base camp.
Yes, we did.
Right, well, it seems to have disturbed some kind of nest of some kind of spider thing that don't like having company. So if you could please hurry.
What the fuck is going on down there?
It's a very good question, base camp.
But I'm a little bit scared. We might have to move from the entrance soon because staying in one spot is a very easy target, especially if we're trying to watch so many things. Indy, you're muted.
So the one thing you guys would know is, India is still muted. The one thing you guys would know is that the hallway made by you don't know what, the hallway made by that isn't covered in the little web things.
Okay, but that's stupid as heck.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's dumb as hell.
Harry,
Horror
we're
movie
not
101.
we're not that stupid. I would honestly rather just duct tape over the holes than go down there.
I'd
Take a
rather
long
not
time
abandon
to
our
do.
position so close to the exit because the quickest way to get any light down here is to get this off the top.
I think we could use. Do you have any kind of like putty with you?
Putty?
Yeah,
No, I'm an archaeologist, not a repair team.
but I don't know. Maybe you just have a little.
Okay, well, we need to go start duct
I
taping
mean, I
over-
have some museum gel, but that's not especially. I mean, might work in a pinch.
I think okay. So let's put the museum gel in as much as we can.
Got
And
a
then
jar of
we'll duct-
museum gel. It's about this big, but
Okay, yeah, we'll do as many as we can, and then we duct tape over that, and then in the other places we can see if we can slide duct tape in, like horizontally, because it's not that thick.
I have a notebook. We can crumple up some paper and
Yeah, just like do anything we can to stuff it up to like try to stem the flow of them.
Okay, you're trying to stem the flow of them.
I'm keeping an eye on the hallway and the ceiling, just like
Alright, Lucy, you're just looking everywhere at once.
Wait, so Jerry only had the marks by his head and neck, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and take Indy's katana and completely lop his head off.
I was thinking it might be a good idea to make us some kind of armor to cover the back of our necks with.
I mean, alright, you do that.
I just think if he were to get any ideas about coming back alive, it might be a little hard.
Not a bad idea. Like, I can't fault you for it.
As you guys are covering the stem of whatever these things are, you hear, you're not sure what, but it sounds like an earthquake again, but not quite, because the vibrations, I don't know, they seem more localized, maybe smaller. You're not quite sure,
Not an earthquake then.
but it's definitely getting louder.
So, basically, the current running theory is there's a lot more of these little spider boys coming, and there's so many of them that they're making an earthquake sound.
Or that was a giant tunnel, right?
Or there's a very big one on its way to greet us, and these are just the babies.
That's what I'm thinking, and that's slightly terrifying.
More than slightly, I dare say.
Through the wall, this giant
Shit!
thing, you can't even begin to comprehend what could have made it, but all you know is this giant thing has bashed through the wall, almost as big as the tunnel itself. It's large and brown and hairy and whatever it is.
I'm gonna hit it with my katana.
Y'all all need to make throws because it has just
Okay.
smashed into the wall next to you.
Alright, so we're all making saves?
Yeah.
Somebody draw me one.
Who just got the 5?
That was me. I feel as if I should use my edge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna replace it with my 10, please.
Alright, you
Okay,
so
I'm gonna flip.
you managed to jump out of the way of anything, but in doing so, you also smash your flashlight on the
Shit.
ground. That's what happens now.
Can someone do mine for me? I can't.
I
Okay,
can't either.
Zara, you got
Queen!
a queen. Robbie, you got an ace.
Oh, isn't that one? Or does it count as higher?
Is it ace high?
Ace high. So
Thank God. How's
it's
Dr.
very difficult to
Walker?
give you guys horror when you guys never fail skill checks ever. This giant thing has smashed through the ground, and out of where it has come, as you look down, all you see is eyes.
Eyes on the ground?
Right.
No.
This
not
is
on
the part
ground,
where we
it's
run,
the
I
wall.
think.
No, this is the part where I hit with my katana.
Yeah, that.
You wanna
I'd
try to
rather
fight
be
the thing with
dead
your
than us
katana?
running away from it.
It's not gonna die, but we might as well hit it with a katana and run away.
I shine my light directly in. Oh, fuck, I dropped my flashlight. I pull out my headlight.
Alright, you turn on your headlight and shine directly in.
Yeah, my
Mine-
headlight is not as concentrated a beam. It's more of a kind of like a diffuse glow because it's meant for like brushwork while I'm.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best impression of the noise it makes, but
Oh god.
you hear it just go.
Your mic cut you out. I think you peaked it.
Hold on, let's try this again.
No, don't. No. I'm okay. I covered my ears over my headphones, so it was not effective. But
Hey Harry, can you make the sound it made upon being hit with the sword?
Make a draw.
What was the first one for, if not for me hitting it with the sword?
Light.
You diving out of the way,
you
drop
fucked up
light.
your
Okay.
audio levels, my boy. You need to
Yeah, you
recalibrate your
did.
mic.
Hold on. Should I unplug and replug it?
Oh,
I
it's
don't
better.
know.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh
It's good.
fuck.
I'm gonna use an edge because I really want to hit it.
Really want to hit it.
You're
I
in.
really want to hit it. I'm using my jack.
No, it's not the same suit. You can't.
It's on the same. Oh my god! Why is this a diamond? Okay, I got a 3.
You run up with your katana out, and you try to stab it. All that happens is you've run up there and you haven't even thought about the light. So as you run up, you can just feel yourself stepping on these things, and as you step on them, you can just feel this pain like you've stepped on broken glass, except instead of just hitting you, it burns as you can feel these things crawling up your leg, and you drop your katana. You try to slash at them with your katana, but it's a novelty prop and it immediately breaks this katana that has killed someone.
As soon as I realize
You lose another edge.
No, I bought a katana. They sell real swords.
Okay, you bought a katana.
You drop it.
You're gonna lose an edge to. How about this? You lose an edge to represent your lost foot.
Or
As
you just
are now,
you're so startled
you are
drop
now you are now using your walking stick as a second foot because this foot out of commission.
it. Zara, back into the light. Back into the light.
I'm gonna fall in the direction of the light because I don't have a foot right now, and I'm in pain.
I
Yeah,
shine
someone
my
needs to drive
headlamp
her out.
onto
She's in
the.
danger.
Onto
Okay,
the...
you shine your headlamp.
you keep your headlamp closer to us, I shine my flashlight on.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep the headlamp on us. Ah,
That's
shit.
the noise of the thing moving again.
Do I still have my gun?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try and shoot at the thing.
It has moved from its position.
Never mind. I just grab Dr. Walker and I start running.
Where are we running?
I guess
Away!
I'm gonna stand up and start running with my peg leg now.
Walker helps you move. And kind of like pushes
I have a
you
plan for
forward.
later.
And kind of pushes you forward, but
I pull out my
You-
radio. Base camp! Base camp, do you read me, base camp?
we redo. The police are here, but what the fuck?
We
is
are
happening?
in a Mayday emergency situation at the moment. We need
Things aren't
rescue.
going great up here either, but we're on our way.
What's happening up there?
Well, these earthquakes, we're not quite sure what it did, but it's causing some sort of sinkhole landslide, and there are these things.
Yeah, we're getting some of that down here too.
Bugs. I'm in the helicopter right now, and
They don't
sure
like
enough, you can hear
light.
this faint buzzing in the
Get
background.
spotlights. Get those police spotlights on them.
Yeah, we noticed. That's how we managed to say police spotlights. That's a good idea. And you hear him. You hear whoever this is yelling behind. We need spotlights! Spotlights! And you hear some other noises as the radio clicks off.
I hope
Other
their men
noises?
are still coming for us, but I'm starting to lose hope. We might need to find another way out of here.
You are now stuck back at the T-junction.
Well, one way leads through a ravine, we might as well take the other way.
A ravine
Yeah, I
that
mean,
it
I
is
guess we-
possible to climb down. It would just be difficult.
But we don't want to go down. We want to go up.
Should we? There are no holes in that tunnel. That's an option.
I want to go away from the holes.
And there are no holes in the weird tunnel that we saw.
But
had
that
a dead
tunnel
end.
was created by that creature, at least as far as we know.
And it would be putting us down a dead end, so we wouldn't be able to run anywhere.
I'm not entirely certain I
Where-
want to know wherever that thing came from.
So wait, so it's a T intersection. I would really rather not go to the ravine, honestly.
Well, we only have the two options.
I think the tunnel is preferable.
I'll take the tunnel.
God, for fuck's sake. Fine, yeah, tunnel. If we die, I'm haunting all of you.
Okay.
If we die, we're haunting people too.
When we get in there, I'm gonna take some duct tape and attach a crutch to the leg of the foot that was chopped off. So
it's
I
not
have a
chopped
peg.
off. It's just filled with holes.
Is she bleeding out? Do we have to be worried about that or nah?
There is blood, but not nearly as much as you would expect.
Weird as hell. Let's keep going.
Chop my foot up.
No!
Yes. I saw
With
one did,
what?
Jerry.
With what
Oh,
katana?
My katana.
We don't have it.
Actually, remember, she said she kept her katana and lost her foot instead.
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
'Cause
We
her
have my
was
katana.
important than the foot.
I think we should cut off my foot.
I will not do that until I see evidence that it is actually necessary. If you start putrefying or necrosing, then I will be willing to cut off your foot, but not
I'm
before.
sorry. If I end up like Jerry, you're gonna cut my foot off.
What?
I'm not
didn't
gonna
get your
stop you
head.
from cutting your foot off, but I don't know if it's the best idea.
I think Robbie should cut my foot off.
I am disinclined to go cutting off limbs until we know if they will be necessary or not.
Listen,
Okay,
I'm already
I think-
56. How long do I have
do
left
you-
anyway? Like, just cut off my foot.
A good 30 to 40 years in
I'd
most
say,
cases.
do you feel pain when I do this? And I shine my flashlight directly at the foot.
Nothing happens because you're not shining light into her foot. That's not how light works.
It's
Can
full
you
of
shine it
holes.
like in one
Yes,
of the
he
holes
is.
of my foot?
And I shine it in one of the holes.
A small spider creature immediately.
Right,
goes
go hole by
Okay,
hole.
shine in every single hole of my foot.
I'd take my headlamp
And
and
then
start going
and then
hole by
I'm
hole.
just gonna like hit it as soon as it comes out, like a whack-a-mole thing.
This is the worst.
As a good horror movie heroes, this has become more of an action movie, but whatever.
I'm scared. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm feeling
No,
pretty
I'm
horrified.
so creeped out.
You are staring.
The
You're
vibes are
staring
atrocious.
into the bleeding, broken foot. This
know, I
mutilated
think
thing
cutting
that
off
you
your foot
almost
might be a
can't
good idea.
recognize. And as you put your light into these holes, you see spiders, yes, but you can also see this viscera and, in some cases, bone. As this foot has been totally eaten through.
Did we get rid of the spiders?
Is there any
The
evidence
light-
that they're further up my leg than my foot?
It's difficult to tell.
I think I'd be feeling pain if my tissue is being eaten.
Currently, you don't feel anything.
Okay, we're cutting the whole leg off. I can't do this.
What did you say?
I said cut the whole leg off. I can't.
Wait, no. First, I cut her foot off and see if there are holes going up any further.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm on board with this. Do we have anything to cauterize the wound so I don't bleed out?
Oh, wait, yeah, before we probably do
No.
The foot's not doing you any good anyway. Christian,
But do we have something to cauterize the wound so I don't bleed out?
Robbie, you're finally getting your Indiana Jones.
I have a lighter.
Okay, let's do it.
That will not be enough. That will not work.
You're an archaeologist. Don't you have like a Bunsen burner? We can
No!
just lift my
Why
foot.
would an archaeologist have a Bunsen burner?
I think the lighter will do.
I don't.
I can take my shirt off and wrap it around the foot.
That won't work.
Oh, we could like a
I have
what's
a
it called?
belt.
A
Do a
tourniquet.
tourniquet, but
Tourniquet.
that was the really pretentious way to say it.
We're gonna cut it off and then tourniquet it.
Okay, and I think we should also see if we can cauterize it.
I'm not. I have a lighter.
Then
You know
give
how
me
long
the
it would
lighter.
Yeah,
take?
no, but like as much as we can. So like we do the tourniquet first, and then we just like
That will be actual. Zara, that will be actual torture for you.
uh-huh.
And
Yeah, but so will dying.
Well, we need you conscious.
That's a fair point.
Okay, tourniquet might like cut my foot off and then see if the holes go up.
Okay, so,
I start praying.
you guys have jumped into this hallway, and you're looking back. You don't see any spiders coming your way, but you're switching directions with whatever light sources you have.
I have the last actual flashlight, and then we gotta
Robbie better make this clean when he cuts off my foot, or I'm
And
gonna be a little mad.
Robbie, you're psyching yourself up for you're finally gonna have your Indiana Jones moment. That wasn't a sentence. You're having your Indiana Jones moment, and as you look at this broken, destroyed foot that's almost unrecognizable, you're breathing, and Zara, as he pulls up, you feel this immediate pang of, oh shit, and then a katana is not generally meant for clean cuts, especially through bone, but the most
Yes, it is.
horrifying thing is the sound it makes. No, katanas are made for slashing, not and stabbing.
Oh, that's true. We should have had an axe.
The most horrifying thing is the sound it makes. Because first, it's the general cut you would expect.
I have plugged
But
my
then you
ears and
just
looked
hear-
away, for the record.
But then you just hear that wasn't a good impression, but just this crack, and then you hear this sickening as the foot hits
Barely-
the ground. And
Okay.
Zara, for you were like rocking back and forth, expecting it to hurt a lot, and you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But after a couple of seconds, as you're staring at your foot and it's bleeding, it's suddenly dawning on you what you've just done, as you can feel this pain beginning to like run down your leg. And at first you're trying not to like keep quiet, you're like biting your lower lip, but then you're biting it down so hard that you actually begin to cut into your lip a bit and make it bleed, and then you just can't hold it anymore.
I pull
you're
off my
just
jacket and stuff it in her
screaming
mouth.
and sobbing. As the good news for you,
I
is
think
that
at a
it
certain
looks
point
like-
my body would go into shock.
that's why you didn't feel it at first, just because of the shock.
Nah, okay.
But as you're the good news for you is, Christian, as you examine the severed foot, it looks like there are no holes going up into the leg, but you do see some spiders crawl out of the foot now that has been disconnected. It looks like you didn't get them all, so you don't know what would have done in the future.
I hold out my
Okay,
belt.
okay, so hurry up and turkinate my foot already, because
You know, I take
my leg.
Lucy's belt and I wrap it as tight as I can and cinch it.
For some reason, this tourniquet is almost more painful than losing the limb itself.
Oh, turn
Although
it.
you're
No,
technically
that
supposed to
makes
apply a
sense.
tourniquet. You're technically supposed to apply
supposed
a
to do it
tourniquet
beforehand,
before you cut
but
off the
that's fine.
limb. But you're not doctors. You're archaeologists. You're Indiana Joneses.
We are not that kind of doctor.
Oh my god. Okay, man. So this hurts a lot,
It hurts.
but
a lot.
ultimately, we did the right things, just a little out of order.
I have
Yes,
some
you
acetaminophen
don't-
with that help.
think you're gonna bleed out, and I'm not gonna make you lose another thing for this because you did it
It's-
to yourself. And
Tylenol. Motrin.
You have Tylenol? I'll take it.
I have some painkillers, yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
Although, Indy, you might want to take a secret now. You're at one edge left.
yeah,
Oh, that's
if you
true.
run out of edges, you die.
Oh, okay. I will take a secret.
All right, Christian,
okay,
what
I
is
guess
your
I'll-
secret?
I'll take my 2. Click.
Okay, so you get them both back, and then on your next roll, you add 2.
Okay, cool. Wait, I'll wait. I want to know it's a 2.
Okay.
I'll put it. I'll just like put it up there, so I
Okay.
know.
Okay, so your secret, secret. Oh, you have fallen so far into an alcohol addiction that not going with it for 12 hours begins the symptoms of withdrawal.
Okay, here's the and or but. Lucy, what do you add into that?
And you're so terribly ashamed of it that you would rather die than admit your problem.
Alright, so she has
That's
an
it,
alcohol
okay.
addiction, but she refuses to admit that she has an alcohol addiction. Is that where we're going?
Okay,
with?
that's a pretty good one. I
That's
got
pretty
it.
good.
It is a pretty good one.
In line with what has already been
However,
established.
all of you are forgetting. I had some this morning.
Yeah, but you
So-
insisted it wasn't a problem, so.
Yeah, no, but I had some this morning,
It's true. You have
Which
until
means-
tomorrow at 6:30.
Yeah, I have until tomorrow at
Oh,
six
you get
thirty.
until tonight at 6:30.
I
Tonight
have
at
till tonight at 6:30 before I start withdrawal.
It is noon. You have 6.5 hours.
Solid. And y'all got alcohol?
Again,
No.
we are archaeologists.
Okay, well maybe Tylenol will count if I drink enough of it.
I super don't think so.
Different type of drug.
Okay, so this one shot may have to turn into a two shot. I'm warning everyone now. If that happens, then we can save the link for next week, and it should still work.
Or we can just start over.
Fair enough.
Can't
But
really start this.
I'll take a screenshot and we can just.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Modern
Moving
problems
us out.
require modern solutions.
I bet.
All right, let's just see how far we can get this time though.
Yeah. So, are you guys heading down this cave?
Unfortunately.
First of all, I'm gonna duct tape my walking
Your
stick.
stump.
To your stump.
Yeah, so basically all the support is I'm kind of using my thigh to move.
Okay.
Like
So-
I'm duct taping it to my upper leg, so that's the muscle I'm using.
It takes you a while to get used to, but you do eventually kind of get used to it as the pain begins to numb just because your brain can't like process it always essentially.
And I took the Tylenol.
And you took a Tylenol, which doesn't do much, but you also tourniqueted it.
Oh yeah, I took a Tylenol on my bleeding out leg.
It's all
Doesn't
better.
hurt anymore. Tylenol. Some good Tylenol, Lucy. You got something to tell us?
You don't know my secrets yet.
And you guys begin heading down this tunnel. You're heading down for a while until Indy, you hear a voice in your head. It doesn't sound like it's coming from inside your head. It sounds like it's almost like these vibrations from the cave, but no one else seems to hear it. And all it seems to say is, "You're ready."
Out loud, I say, "No, I'm not." Oh
What?
no.
Zara?
Is it Jerry?
Doesn't sound like Jerry.
Is everything all right?
Wait. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so I just heard a voice coming from the cave, and apparently you guys didn't hear it because you're being weird about it. And it said that I'm ready.
Ready for what?
So, despite cutting off my foot, I seem to have been taken over anyway, because that's what Jerry said right before he died. Because he was like, what did he say? Like, get ready.
Y'all ready?
Yeah,
I shine my light in her eyes.
please shine your light
Nothing
in my
happens.
eyes.
She seems fine.
Okay,
I mean,
I guess
You're not having
Let's
any
try
kind
to-
of reaction, or
I don't
weird?
feel it. I don't feel any different. I think we should, I guess, check me every few minutes to see that I'm not getting messed up.
I hope this wasn't some kind of blood sacrifice nonsense. But yeah, just let us know if you hear more voices. There's not a history of schizophrenia in your family by any chance.
Only my grandfather.
Well, so maybe that's it.
I mean, I think it would have served us before I was 56, though.
I mean, 56 is a little late in life to be developing schizophrenia, but it's a very stressful situation.
I think we just check her every few minutes.
Yeah, we'll just keep checking
We
in.
keep going because we cannot do really anything else.
Yeah. I guess we'll just check me every couple minutes.
You guys are having this conversation as this tunnel created by this giant thing of eyes, and you haven't gotten a good enough look at it to know what else. You suddenly come to what looks like a massive cave. But what's interesting about it isn't that it's so massive, though it looks like it may be part of the ravine. It is that it is covered in webs.
I think we took the wrong path.
Yeah, I think maybe we need to double back and try again.
In those webs,
Hmm.
you can see what looks to be rhyming ancient skeletons.
So how bent are we on making some archaeological discoveries today?
Not this determined. Not determined enough to die for it.
Okay, so let's, I guess, shine our lights.
Everywhere, all times.
I mean, what if we shine them in there and it agitates them? Hi, Dad.
What are you playing?
I want to shine my light at one of the corpses.
Alright, here's what you can tell. The bones look surprisingly well kept, though they're clearly ancient, especially considering the clothes they're wearing. What you can see in the cavern that one of the corpses was at one point holding, and you can tell because the bones of the arm are fallen on the ground next to the thing, is a spear.
Like from the painting.
The other thing you can tell is that everywhere, just for a split second, because you've grown used to seeing it, everywhere you can see are these spiders.
Right, someone cover me with the light. We need that spear.
I think it should be Robbie because peg leg.
Dr. Walker, keep your light trained on.
I casually, except very cautiously, walk up and grab the spear while shining my light everywhere that I can at one time.
Yeah, keep my headlight on, Robbie.
You hear, as soon as you enter, you feel the pressure on your ears grow. And as you walk up, you can see clearly around you, just for a split second, these spiders, and they're not all tiny. Some of them are the size of your fist, and a couple of them are larger than your head.
Oh,
Hey, how do we know that this sphere, the spear that we're grabbing, is gonna kill them and not create them?
From the painting up above. Robbie,
just
you have a
don't know.
whip, right? Could you just like snap it to you?
As you look up, you can see a couple of them, and it looks like they're sleeping. But as you look up, it seems to immediately wake them, and they begin to just drop from the ceiling.
Oh, son
and you
of a-
lose track of them for a second,
Fuck.
but they are definitely around you, and they're definitely looking at you, waiting for an opportunity to strike.
I go back to
I'm gonna
back.
hobble on out of that room.
Okay, we all back our backs to
Robin,
each
get
other.
the spear!
I grab the spear.
As
Okay,
soon
now
as
is there-
you
is there
reach
like a
for the
button on it?
spear, you feel not like it's near, but you feel a small shaking, more like the entire room is moving. And as you look around, there are so many of these things, it constantly looks like the room is in flux. And as you reach for the spear, the pressure in your ears gets even more intense. It feels like your eardrums are going to burst, though you can't actually hear anything.
Kind of let out a noise. But do I have the spear now?
You grab the spear, and you, in your head, now hear. You chosen death.
What?
Damn straight.
Say, I don't know. I didn't know I was choosing nothing.
Right, I think we should get out of this room very quick.
I think you should look for a button on the spear.
I think we
Laser
should,
button!
I think we should put all of our backs together.
And
And then, like,
shuffle out.
Shuffle.
Back to back in a
Yeah.
circle. Keep your lights on a swivel. Do not let those things get us.
Immediately,
I give
As
my
a
light
heart-
to Sara, I guess, and I'm investigating the spear, trying to figure out if it's-
Zara, as you turn around thinking that you might want to leave, you can see, and keep in mind, this is all just in the edges of your vision, just barely. Spiders lining the entire wall of this cave.
Okay, Robbie, look for that button, please.
They have been following, and they are ready.
Okay, well, I'm not ready, so
Robbie?
no matter what that guy told me, I'm not ready.
Do I find anything on the spear?
There's no button that says kill all spiders forever, no.
I point the spear at him, like,
They seem to have little reaction. And as you do this, you hear this voice in your head go, hold on. So you are imbeciles.
Can I hear this?
Nope.
well, I mean, you could call us imbeciles.
I mean, wait, can I hear this? Because I can also hear. I heard that
Nope.
vibration. Okay.
All right. Well, I put the hilt of the base of the staff, like I slam it on the ground, because that's what he did in the picture, right?
In the picture, it looked like there was some sort of beam shooting from it.
Yeah, but what was he doing with it?
How
You
is
know.
he holding
Thanks,
it?
Harry.
He was holding it like this. He was holding it like it was on the ground.
All right. Well, I mimic that to the best of my scenario, of my capability.
Nothing happens.
Robin,
I say,
can
dear
I try?
God of whatever civilization this is, please let me use this spear, and then try.
Robbie,
Is my foot anyway? Is my foot still bleeding? My
Somewhat, yeah.
absence of a foot. Okay, I'm gonna try and get some of my blood on it.
Nothing happens.
Robin, may I?
Go for it.
I'll trade him my flashlight. Oh, no, I have a headlight on, actually. Never mind. I take a spear. I hold it as per my the image we saw earlier. And I close my eyes and I start picturing, as best I can, sunlight. Trying to remember the feel of it, the look of it, the way it is warm and bright. Trying to
Mercy comes by and says, "Legends never die."
listen. I only have so many options. Okay.
Are you doing this all in the creepy room?
Wait, where else are we gonna go?
We can't leave. We're like in the doorway right now. Okay.
I whip my whip just at the spider, seeing if it does anything.
You can't, because to do that, to hit one of the spiders, you would have to go into darkness.
Do I know any like all ancient Olmec incantations?
Wait. There was those words on the gate outside.
Those were pictograms, weren't they?
No. There was not in the
The
not in the
character,
temple.
the characters on the gate.
Right.
yes.
What did those say?
Yeah, on the square
Yeah.
arch leading in.
Couldn't read them.
We couldn't
Man,
read
if only
them.
we had taken the time to translate that.
Well, we have pictures of it.
That doesn't
We
help us
do.
if we can't read them. Does anyone happen to speak ancient Olmec?
Just let me
We didn't
look.
even know if they were Olmec.
Let me see your phone.
I passed him my camera.
All right. You pass your thing to Dr. Walker. You pass your light to Dr. Walker, who takes it while you look at your phone.
Again,
She is
it's strapped to my
exceptionally nervous.
head. My
He's
light is
sweating
strapped to
and
my
too
head.
scared to speak.
My light
Yeah.
is.
No, I'm talking about Christian.
Oh, okay.
I already gave it to Sari.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind.
I'm
then.
holding it.
These two
Dr.
lights, as you're
Walker's logo.
constantly turning in a circle, and you feel you cannot stop.
I also
looking.
have my cell phone.
Yeah. Well, not anymore because he's taking a look at it.
I gave him my camera. Here's my camera.
Oh, okay. Well, as you look at it, it's these ancient characters. You don't know what they are.
Does it look like they're performing some sort of ritual?
From what you can see on the gate, no.
Dr. Walker. That was not Louisiana, but that's fine.
Nope.
Dr. Walker, you don't happen to know how to read this language, do you?
If I had time, I could translate.
Well, use
As long as
translate.
you
We'll
keep
make
moving, you got
time.
But
Now, Dr. Walker, we don't have time to waste.
I, but it seems to be in some sort of code.
Okay, how about you tell us the code? Because if you can translate into something we can understand as code, then we can all help.
I mean, I'd have to break the code to translate.
How much time do you need, and how fast can you get it done? Can you get it done?
I can't get it done without the key.
What key? Okay, where do we find the key?
I don't know.
Are there any markings on the spear?
We took pictures of everything.
Yeah, I've got pictures of every gate, every wall, every pictogram we've come across.
Y'all
Harry,
better
what's
start thinking. Yes, there are. On the sphere, on the edge of it, there are markings. Specifically, what looks like these giant, and this is marked. You can tell because it's marked like on the outside in metal, which is insane because metallurgy and that. It looks like these giant legs that are kind of going across the blade of it, and they all lead to this one point, which seems to be like a small glow, but it seems that there is like a kind of box in that is not affected by it.
The sundial? The ziggurat? The sundial. What were the images on the sundial?
The images on the sundial. You took a picture of it, right?
Yeah, I took a picture of everything.
I scrolled up.
Okay. You have photographic memory. It's fine.
Listen, I told you. Canonically, I've been taking pictures of all the things.
All right. So the sundial, it seemed to show It seemed to show, from what you could tell, these two warriors again, and around it there were these large spindles, which now you think looks like either the legs of this creature or some type of web. But what you can tell from it is that they were holding the spear, and they were standing, and that's about it.
They were holding the spear, and they were standing, and it was above the web, and there was a box where they weren't affected. So, think, people.
How big is this room that we're in?
Massive.
We can't see the other side.
Nope.
I don't want to die here because I was
well-
bad at Pictionary.
See, I became an archaeologist because art is bad.
What?
Because it was between art and digging, and I was bad at art, and I was bad at interpreting it. So I'm an archaeologist.
I'm not sure that's how most people find their way into archaeology, but all right.
I thought you became an archaeologist because you watched that movie.
No, I like Indiana Jones. That doesn't mean I want to become an archaeologist. Indiana Jones is not an archaeologist, he's a professor.
Of archaeology, I thought.
Yeah, he is an professor of. Yeah.
Yes, his first archaeological dig was the beginning of first movie. But Harry, you're raising your hand. Why are you raising your hand?
Why
I
are
don't
you
like how
moving
he's
in
raised-
slow-mo?
Are you not hearing what I'm saying?
No!
No.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, I was making sound effects and stuff.
Oh, okay, we couldn't
So
hear
you
you.
heard. Okay, I'm gonna redo the sound effects. This is an incredible play. Just listen.
A door?
I checked to see if anything's coming from the ceiling.
Jerry?
You see a massive spider.
Bigger than the other one?
Nope. From what you can
It is
tell,
the other one.
this can't be the one that you saw before, because whatever that one was, it must have been so big. But this one is the biggest one you've seen apart from that. It is easily 10 times your size, 20 feet tall at least, with its legs sprawling 5 feet, in every direction.
I think it might be time to make an egress from this space.
As you
But
say
the
that,
hall's filled
it
with
drops
spiders.
from its web
Fuck!
and towards you, and that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode.
We're all gonna die.
Harry, this is
We are
for you.
all gonna die.
So I guess this Halloween special is going to be a Halloween special a little bit longer.
It's November
What do we mean?
16th.
Yep. Anyway, this was fun. It started out a bit slow, but now you're fighting giant spiders. How do you enjoy it?
Bad. Bad is how I enjoyed it. I am
Bad,
arachnophobic
bad.
is how I feel.
I liked it when I was getting liquor.
No, I had a lot of fun. It was very fun.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed
so-
it. I will say, Harry, I will no longer be the person killing spiders.
Has this just increased your arachnophobia
I
tenfold?
don't have
I hope so.
Um,
I'm very scared of spiders, so this day is going poorly for
yeah,
me.
I'm so terrified of spiders. Yeah. We'll take Lucy, you take screenshots of this and
Oh,
I'll show every card that's been used. But we can do that off stream.
Okay.
And in case, do we want to do outros or
Yeah, let's do outros real quick. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Lucy, aka at Bluebird Draws on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me here every other Monday for No Happy Endings, which this is a part of, and every Saturday with the Chaos Complex, which is our Star Wars 5th edition Scum and Villainy campaign. Off to a promising start so far.
which is far less scary and
It's
slow.
wild and not
and
nearly as
evil,
frightening,
yes.
no. But it's a good time we have over there. You can also find me on Chromatic Chimera with Madame Curio's Bizarre Bazaar every other Wednesday and Agora's Bells on the alternating Wednesday. I play an RPG every Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern. I also play in Elsewhere. I am the DM for that game. We will be having a recording of that soon, and it will go up on the Chromatic Chimera YouTube channel. Oh, excuse me. I have a podcast called Odyssey Exploration and Research, and I will be here tomorrow on Fat Dragon Gaming with another game of Savvy and Scandals, Galactic Senate Edition. We'll see how the Loyalist Committee goes getting their this very fancy party up to snuff. There's a war about to be on, but parties, that's what's important.
Yep. Yeah. Savvy and Scandals is best when it deals with stuff that doesn't have any impact on anything.
It's fun. It's a good
Otherwise,
time.
it makes you very sad about everything.
Yes, it does.
Okay. I guess I'll go next because Christian, Indy, unless you guys want to do any stuff, then I'm not going to put you on the spot like that. I am Harry Marshall. I am the DM for No Happy Endings, as you can tell. Please go watch our last episode, Savvy and Scandals, because that was an original game that me and Lucy made, and it was super fun. It was just super, super fun. And join us next time where we find the ending to whatever this is. I'm here every Saturday for whatever it's called, Chaos Complex.
Chaos Complex.
And I am also going to be here tomorrow for the next episode of Savvy and Scandals, or the next a one shot of Savvy and Scandals.
Did you
will be
pick a
fun.
planet to be from yet?
Not yet, because I am unprepared. But anyway, that's going to be a good time. Going to be fun. Apart from that, I don't really have any social media. Sorry about that. Please check out our YouTube and our Redbubble. I guess I will be the Emma doing that for now.
You can also
And if
follow
you
us
have
on
any-
Twitter at Pat Dragon Gaming.
Yes. And if you have any game suggestions, we accept those. That's the thing. And yeah. I'm also the first Tuesday of the month elsewhere. That
Nope, not anymore. We have changed our schedule, but thanks.
we have changed our schedule. Indy, Christian, anything you guys want to say?
I have an Instagram at trashrice1251. It's art stuff.
Nice.
That's
Christian.
what I gotta say.
No social media, but I'm here every other Monday with No Happy Ending.
Okay, you're
Oh, very
completely
quiet.
inaudible. Try again.
Oh, I'm inaudible. Okay.
Done.
that-
Next time.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Um, So no social media of any sort, but here every other Monday for No Happy Endings. And it's a great time.
All right, we will catch you on Saturday. We will be taking the entire week off for Thanksgiving. Also, we will not be here. There will be no games.
Yes.
But otherwise, see you on Saturday.